Golden Eagles, K19, MEZEXIS, Nova Esports, Phoenix. We've got Super Lazy Reflex, Team Mobility, The Chosen, the Panthers, WALLSTREETBETS, WUMAVI, and Young Kings Global. We got some newcomers as well as some familiar faces there. Some name changes and some roster swaps that have happened over the past couple of days and even weeks. But very, very excited to check out how things kind of materialize. So let's talk a little bit, now that we know the teams, let's talk about what the heck's even going on here. We mentioned the Premier Division, we mentioned the Challenger Division. So to qualify for the next stage, we're gonna be playing 3 weeks of PUBG Mobile. And during those 3 weeks, we're gonna be cumulatively scoring all of the action that is taking place in each division. The thing that we wanna keep in mind is that the top 12 in each division are moving on to their respective finals. So the top 12 in the Challenger Division will be going to the Challenger Finals. The top 12 in the Premier Division go to the Premier Finals. Now, what's that mean for the bottom 4, right? Well, in the Challenger Division, their season is over and they'll start again next season, and we're going to be having a Challenger Division season each and every month where we will have open signups. I'll get to that in a moment. But the Premier Division, the bottom 4 teams will be going to the Challenger Finals, and they'll have to play their way in. The top 4 from the Challenger Finals actually qualify for the Premier Finals. So at any point, any team can win the grand prize that we have for the Premier Division. So super exciting stuff for sure. We'll get into more of the concept and all of the rules and regulations, but let's talk points real quick. Let's get into how this event is scored. This is the official esports scoring standard that we're going to be using throughout the tournament. We've got just your normal 2023 updated 10 points for first. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. If you score below 8th in rank, you're not getting anything. But we also are scoring 1 point per elimination, and that is your scoring. We also have a secondary set of scoring that is happening at the end of our qualifiers. This is the bonus points. Bonus points are for teams to reward them for their consistent play over those first 3 weeks of qualifiers. Long story short, we don't have to worry about these tonight, but the long story short is perform well, right? Finish at the top of the leaderboards, and the higher you are in the standings at the end of the qualifier period in the first 3 weeks, the more points you're gonna get, right? And those points will go with you into the finals. Give teams a little bit of a head start. So it always pays to be competitive. It always pays to give your best on the battleground. And I'm here for it, man. So super excited to kick off the Titan series officially. But I'm excited to introduce some guests that I have on the show tonight. It's not just me. We've also got some familiar faces as well here. Check it out. We got Hot Jukes and Mustache Dave. What's up, gentlemen? How you doing? Jukes, what's up, man?
Let's go, baby. AMG. AMG, bro. I am so stoked for this. I mean, I have been saying this for years, that the North American scene has needed something like this. And, bro, to see you and AMG put this together, I am just so hyped and happy to be a part of it.
Dude, stoked to have you, man. PB and J back together again. We're going to make some dope content and also give the community some stuff to get some clips going on, some montages. Hell, we even might provide some clean feeds here. Now, I had some questions come in on that, but keep it locked into the Titan series as things go on. Lots of updates and new features coming out as the weeks progress. But we also got Mustache Davis here with the most elegant mustache in the land. What's up, Dave? How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going? So PB and J's back. What does that make me in the equation? That's what I want to know, guys. What am I in the PB and J here? I gotta find out here in the Titan series.
PB and J and a mustache. That could get a little hairy. Not gonna lie, man.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Happy to have you. So here's the deal, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna cast the inaugural first game here. We're gonna bring you back for games 2 and 3 today, and then I'll close out the show in game number 4. So expect to see you back a little bit later in the show. But for now, Hot Jukes and I are gonna rap about what we're seeing in our first game. So Jukes, you saw some of the teams. Any of those particular competitors? Anybody stick out to you as, teams to watch and maybe keep your eye on?
Dude, so many of these squads. I mean, we see the kind of happenstance here in North America. You know, teams constantly roster swapping after every season, you know. So I'm interested to see how some of these new squads and familiar faces are going to mesh together. And hopefully, with the power of the Titan series, we'll see them stay together going forward, you know. But you got the good old BOPE dope. I'm looking forward to see how those guys do. Of course, my eyes are always on Nova. K19 is a squad I really want to keep an eye on and see how they're going to come back. And as a matter of fact, I got to play with one of the players from the Panthers last night. And he was so excited. He said a lot of things. And I'll tell you what, man, I mean, I know these guys are very, very pumped here today.
Dude, really good reception from the player base so far. And honestly, you know, me being around the PUBG mobile community and a part of this thing since the very beginning, it's truly a pleasure to be able to hopefully give back a little bit and to build something cool for us all to take part in. You know, my heart's in this thing, and I just can't wait to see this thing blow up. I'm really excited for it. Can't wait to see, you know, for my input on a couple of teams to watch. I'm going to throw out a couple names here that I got my eye on today.
Okay.
One of them being Execute. Got a little bit of a revamped roster here. We got Tensa moving over from the Knights, so that's an interesting pickup as well. They got Fate. Very, very interesting lineup there. And then I'm also taking a peek at WALLSTREETBETS a little bit. They got some exciting stuff going on over there at WSB. But yeah, we are getting ready for our very first game today, Jukes. I think we should maybe make a prediction, me and you. If you got one team you got to pick for game number one, who is it going to be, my friend? We got the battle coming up here in just 2 minutes on Erangel.
Okay, 2 minutes. I got to think about it. Actually, I don't got to think about it. It's the Panthers, baby, because I got to play with Quan last night, and he said we're going to come bring the heat today, right? So if they do not win, it's because they didn't listen to Quan.
Ooh, wow. It's a bold pick, my friend.
It is.
Bold pick indeed.
But I believe.
We got the battle prep happening, as you can see. Here's the slate for tonight. Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, and Erangel. All 4 matches happening kind of back-to-back. We'll take a break there in the middle of it here between Miramar and Sanhok. But overall, just stoked, man, for this to kick off. If you're going to go with the Panthers, that was kind of a dark horse for me as well, so I like the pick. But let me go with... for the first game, let's say Dauntless. Dauntless was the last team into Premier.
Okay.
They were kind of the top of the, you know, like they're trying to get into that tier 1 spot, but they got to prove that they belong, right, in this Premier division. And I'm going to say that they're going to come out and do that in a big way. Come out swinging in this first game. I don't know if that'll actually happen. We'll see. But my goal here, again, with the Titan series as well, is for those teams like Dauntless and like some others that are trying to prove it, right? I want an opportunity for each and every team to be able to do so, right? To be able to actually prove it on the battlegrounds. And so if you're in the Challenger division and, you know, you feel like you've got the stuff, you've got what it takes, your team's dedicated enough, you're hitting the practice squad, right? You're getting ready to absolutely slay out of the battlegrounds. You can prove it. You can actually win the Premier Division starting out in Challengers by simply placing in the top 4 in the Challenger Finals, making it in Premier, and then slaying out there as well. You could make it. It's theoretically possible. And, you know, at any point, if you think you're better than one of the Premier teams, prove it. That's all I got to say. So very excited for that. And Jukes, we got open signups coming next season. So March 20th, I believe, for those of you interested in signing up, March 20th is when you can register your team on the website at titanseries.gg to sign up and play in the Titan series, and that'll be super sick. Cannot wait to see kind of what that generates. And yeah, Jukes, we're just about ready for game number 1, man.
Dude, let's get it going, bro. And just to kind of galvanize what you just said, right? I mean, yeah, you're right. We want to see which squads are going to be able to pop off and get things done. But what I love about the Titan series, right, is the fact that even if you see a player that's like maybe the team doesn't mesh too well or they're having problems, I think this is the best place for a player himself to shine, you know, to say, hey, you know 100%. What? I need to pop off by myself if I got to. Let me put up some big numbers because on the Titan Series website, those stats will show. And then hopefully one of these other teams can pick up Big Papa. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm super stoked about the website. Guys, bear with us, too, as we continue development on it. We had to push it out, obviously, to meet timelines for this season, but you'll see where it's going. We've got some epic statistics for each and every game, in-depth analysis. You can go super deep on your favorite team, your favorite player, learn all about how the tactics are playing out, which teams are using the most smokes, who's doing the most damage, who's driving in their cars the longest. all of that actually is possible through the Titan Series website. Again, titanseries.gg. And obviously follow us on all the social medias as well to get all of the latest updates. But game number 1 has kicked off. Here we are. It is Erangel, and we've got a nice central plane path here. Not going too hard on us early on, Jukes, but what are we seeing early on in this one, man?
Oh, the good old tried and true right down the middle plane path. So, I mean, these squads are pretty happy about this one. You know, but one thing I'm going to be keeping a real big eye on is, like, this is the first time, right, we're seeing a drop in the Titan series. So I'm interested to see, like, hey, okay, which teams are going to decide to pick certain locations? And also, you know, like, hey, are they looking to really set this place as their own for, you know, not just this, but, you know, DMPL coming up, things like that. That's where I'm really kind of just looking at so far. And we're seeing, you know, Team Mobility do a little bit of a split drop over here near Rostock.
Absolutely. We've got a nice little hot pink. Ooh, that I like the colors in those logos. I always like that neon, like purple, pink, blue type of palette. So Team Mobility's got a fan in me from the outset already, but looting up the South George crates here. Nice little split drop, and that's what I'm curious to see. You know, we've had a lot of scrims going down, you know, in a pro scene over the past, you know, several months. Obviously, the team's trying to prep for the major tournaments and PMPL, etc. And they kind of coordinate drop spots, right? They've got a spot where every team kind of lands, and they try to simulate as though they're playing a real life competitive tournament. Which I think is great. But for the Titan series, no such rules exist, right? This is for actual money, and you know it's real competition. So there's always the possibility, just like this.
Oh,
we've got Nova and Young Kings. These guys are going at it early, bro. We got. Oh, dude, he's in trouble. Jukes, what's going on?
Oh, we're seeing the shimmies left and right, and just I thought he was gonna be able to survive for a little while longer, but Fear said, "Okay, enough of that. Let's get to looting."
Dog, I think that's unfair, man. Joey brought a freaking gun to a car fight. I don't know what was going on, but some good shimmies there. Nova losing one early. That is not what they were hoping for, but we'll have to deal with it. So Young Global Kings actually getting a nice little head start. Ooh, the hard shift early on Erangel. This is looking like a nasty zone.
Oh, yeah, heading on over all the way to Primor, so that's great for, you know, a team like Execute. They don't got to really, you know, hurry up and go, so they're big chilling. You know, and Nova's an interesting squad for me. I mean, because this is a team that has always kind of been at the precipice when it comes to at least North America. But we're seeing a lot of their strategies kind of get taken out, you know, in just recent changes. Like, you know, their Sanhok heal strat is now gone when it comes to competitive. So I'm interested to see how they're going to change and adapt here for this season.
You actually brought up an interesting point. I was going to wait till game 3 tonight for Sanhok to bring that up, but Nova on their heal strat. That's what they've done always on competitive play, and you know they may not have that to lean on tonight. So definitely some evolving strategy is going to be required. Obviously, with a lot of the game updates as of late for PUBG Mobile. We'll take a peek over at the Panthers here. They'll be looting up, and I believe they are splitting Yasnaya here, along with one of the other squads, and it's usually pretty safe to do so. And see if they choose to engage or if they'll rotate out of here unscathed.
Yeah, Yasnaya always scares me, to be honest, because it's such a tough spot. I mean, if you really have a good idea of where that other squad's going to be, most of the time they're just like, hey, you know what? All right, you guys loot this side, we'll loot this half, and go on our merry way towards the end. You know, at the same time, you can't get lazy because, I mean, there's so many different angles you can peek from Yasnaya, so many cheeky spots. But so far, both these squads seem to be kind of doing that nice little handshake. Oh, we hear a couple shots out here and there, just letting them know. Gotta let them know.
It's MEZEXIS. One of the things, too, on the scoreboard that you just saw pop up, you can see the red down there by K19. That red should signify that there is active shots happening. You know, I'm not sure if it's working, but we're trying to code some stuff that gives us, you know, as in the casting booth, a little heads up as to who might be fighting or where we might need to go spectate.
I am foaming at the mouth right now, Powerbang. This is exciting.
We'll see. We'll see if it works, you know, but work in progress. If we don't get it tonight, dang it, the tech team will get back in the office here, and we'll get it nailed here for the future.
Hey, with innovation, right, comes good stuff, and I'm excited to see
100%.
it. I'm excited to see it. Nova, you know, they're rocking a 3-man here, just doing this, you know, good old-fashioned split. I think they're gonna probably just play this really, really slow for the rest of the match, especially with this kind of zone. But I think probably I'd give them another 2-3 minutes, and I think it's about time for them to group up. What do you think?
I think so. You know, we've seen in the past, Nova has still been able to pull off a match victory with only 2 or 3 people. So, you know, I wouldn't count them out of it just yet. They're one of the stronger teams here with some of the most competitive experience. So while they didn't start out the way they were hoping, obviously losing 1 early on, you know, it's not a position that puts them out of it just yet. They're one of the teams that we can definitely see come back from something like this.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I'm just interested, and I'm just looking right now at these, like, little rotations, little ideas that Kindness is doing. I saw him kind of go. It looked like he was going to go head over to those other buildings, but decided to head back to these blues right up here on this hill, which is a pretty good spot for the zone, and just continue to get looted. But so far, I mean, it looks like all these teams came to play today because we're not seeing any kind of, you know, severe early drop shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing super crazy. I mean, obviously, aside from Nova, we had MEZEXIS lose 1 as well a little bit early on. So both those guys playing shorthanded by 1. That's all right. Again, we're looking forward to it. We've got Gaja here from The Chosen. This is one of the players that I would say to keep your eye on. This guy absolutely slayed all through PNPL and some of the competitive majors over the past year. And The Chosen having a pretty strong roster. I got to think that they're one of the favorites here in the Titan series to emerge from the Premier Division.
Dude, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, you definitely don't want to be in this first Titan series and get relegated. And The Chosen, they have that talent on the roster without a doubt. Let me ask you this, BB. Let me ask you something, okay? You asked me which team I think was going to win, right? Which team do you think is going to get relegated?
Oh, which team is going to get relegated? What a terrible...
You have had 5 minutes of gameplay to now guess, BB.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Man. Wow, what a terrible question, dude. I mean, sheesh. Okay, obviously Phoenix on the bottom of the leaderboard. They looted very slow compared to the others. I mean, I saw one guy take about 1.5 seconds longer to pick up a health pack. And for that reason, they're getting relegated for sure.
Okay.
Like 100%.
Hey, step it up, Phoenix. Step it up, okay?
Yeah, Phoenix, get it together over there. We gotta loot better. No, honestly, I don't know. Obviously, I'll have some hot takes, you know, maybe towards the end of today after we see a little bit of fighting going on. I want to see how these teams rotate. This will be a good game to judge, too, because of the harsh zone early on. Had the plane path, and obviously that benefited anybody that jumped early. But for those that jumped late in that plane path, they've got some work cut out for them. And a super lazy Reflex getting beamed as they drive by.
Absolutely beamed indeed. And Reflex, that buggy is smoking. Surprised they didn't go for those tires. But he was able to get away in time and get over to his squad. So it looks like they're going to be able to group up and live to fight another day.
For sure. Super Lazy Reflex for me is a bit of a wild card here. Team out of China, and feel like they've got the skill to compete here and do super well, but obviously playing in another region, you know, you've got your connection. I don't want to say issues, but obviously playing on another side of a planet's not the best setup for you.
For sure.
Definitely feel like these guys could be a sleeper here to take the whole thing. So we'll keep an eye on them. Their little triangle SLR logo. I get a kick out of it when I look at it.
Right? I like it for sure. You know, we've seen teams that have played, you know, overseas here in North America and still have a lot of success. So I mean, at the same time, you know, these guys are able to adapt and overcome, and I think that's what it's all about. That's good practice regardless, you know, because you know when you're in LAN and you're doing things like that, it's tough, man. Sometimes you can't even hear steps because, you know, there's so much noise going outside, all those kinds of things. So you got to be able to adapt and make it happen regardless.
Absolutely. We are going to see that adaptation come throughout tonight. Very excited for it. Mobility rolling through the mountainside here, getting ready to make a position, make a move into the zone. They're firmly in the safe circle right now. Here is one of the other teams that I'm hoping to watch tonight do very well, and that is WALLSTREETBETS, riding along right now with Skipper and the UMP. It's looking pretty stylish here. It's a very colorful team. Look at these outfits, man.
Ooh, oh, yeah. I like how they're pushing together here. You know, Skipper staying very, very close to his squad, not taking any risks, just running into buildings by himself. Like how he switches to that FPP when he's getting into that CQC environment. But so far, so good. So they're hitting just right above Chopsticks, and I think this is where we're going to park up into the next zone.
Absolutely. It looks like we have ourselves a little map view here inadvertently, but you know, hey, we'll take it. I like a little peek in. We've got MEZEXIS right in the middle of that zone, looking good from a position standpoint, but they're missing a man. We'll see if they can hold it. We got a fight breaking out now Looks like the Panthers and the Chosen, the two teams going head-to-head.
These are two big squads here, that's for sure. What a nade there from Nate, though, to open up this fight. But can't get too feisty as Gaji, with that nice angle on that roof, does get the finish on the Chronics.
Gaji is in that perfect position. He's got that overwatch, and I don't know if they know he's there yet. They got to assume the nades are coming out on the roof for sure. So the Panthers know he's there, but he's going to hold off any sort of push right now. Great positioning.
What a shot, though, from Zuko. I mean, Gaji barely peeked for half a second, and he got taken out. Here comes Nate, running through the smokes. Gonna down another one here. No, yeah, it's a little bit just too much pressure. Panthers can't move forward.
Look at the spot by Kan Yang here on the top. Look at that. An Yang is perfectly on the roof, able to support Gachi. As Gachi goes down, and now we've got a bit of a counter push going on. They jump off. Here comes the Molotovs over the fence. Will he connect? Oh, that looks good. Maybe a little bit far here.
Oh, just a little bit off the mark here. But the longer this fight goes on, the more it's going to give other players and teams to come up behind him. And that's exactly what's happening. SLR on the backside.
Ooh, baby. We got the third party extraordinaires coming in. The Panthers did not want to see this happen to them, but it's happening. Jukes, what do we see? SLR, are they going to take this fight, or they're just going to wait and try to pick off the scraps?
Yeah, the Panthers are in huge trouble here. I mean, they got stuck in a really bad position in this fight. Now they're just getting picked off from the backside, and SLR is going to full send this onto the Panthers. I wonder what the Chosen is going to do. Gaji's in a really tough spot here.
You know, I will say kills and eliminations, rather, are more important than ever with the recent scoring updates, right? With only 10 points being awarded for the chicken dinners, it almost doubles the value of an elimination. So this aggressive play is exactly what you want to see. The challenge is making out of it alive. So SLR really coming in hot here. Super Lazy Reflex coming in, not worrying about a thing. Cleaning house, and now nothing left to do for the Chosen besides to sit back and watch, and maybe they'll be able to pick up some scraps.
Yeah, that's the right play, honestly. I mean, they saw that the Panthers were hurting, especially with them having that open just field of death in between those two buildings. It just leaves the Chosen just stuck outside as well. So it looks like Super Laser Reflex are going to be the squad, getting the last clap out of all of them. Nate, trying to make something happen, but it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, they definitely know where he's at. Nades are out. Things are about to get a little sketchy. He knows they're coming. Oh, the molly.
What?
Is he somehow able to avoid that?
I think it just hit the top
Oh, he
edge.
missed.
Yeah, just
he missed.
That's so tough.
I thought he got the molly in the building, and I'm
Nate
like,
lives
there's
for
no
another
way
second.
He's not going out.
But it's only going to be, yeah, there he goes. Now he's on fire. He's going to run out and go down. So the Panthers get eliminated first. I believe that's what my prediction was, BB. I'm pretty sure.
We can ignore that, Jukes. I mean, hell, pick another one, man. Pick another one.
Let's take a look here at what Super Lazy Reflex is going to do against the Chosen. Chosen stuck with 2 left. Super Lazy Reflex just will send this. Yeah. Copy tries to make a play, and man, getting shut down immediately.
Man.
It's up to Sup Pig. Come on, Sup Pig. Make something happen. Pull off the Christmas miracle of the 1v4.
Oh, bro. What an impressive start from Super Lazy Reflex. These guys just took the offensive. Two teams are fighting.
Give him your energy.
And they were just like, we're sending it.
Because he needs it. He needs it bad. Yeah, look at SLR going full 3-man. Shoulder to shoulder. Not going to make a single mistake here. Not taking any risk. And Sup Pig is just going to have to kind of hold it out for just a little bit longer. Yeah, they realize that there's nobody in here in this building. I wonder if they're actually going to just run out that back door. No, yeah.
Jukes, you got me?
I got you, brother. I got you.
Bro, what is Super Lazy Reflex on? They just took that fight, said, you know what? We don't care if these two squads are going at it. We're going to take one on, fully wipe them, and then we're going to take the other. Dude, they're looking sharp. They came out hot, ready to play.
Dude, not messing around indeed. But here comes Phoenix Esports. Juancho throws the nade through the window. Pieces up Brady pretty big. But man, this squad is really stuck behind this berm. Trey couldn't get a beautiful nade here. Does onto Juancho. Barely surviving.
Loving the action early on in this one, man. There's been some good fights so far. Phoenix, though, trying to prove me wrong. You know, I picked them to get relegated after 2 minutes of looting. And they're not having it, man. Juancho is trying to break through that door. I don't I don't know if he's going to get through or not, but the nades are out. Pressure is coming.
They heard your voice, PB.
TMGG tries to get to Ace on.
They heard your voice, and they say, you know what? We're not going to get relegated, okay? We're going to make something happen here. Sup, pig? What? He was in a 1v4.
He's fine, dude. Headshot.
Oh, couldn't hold that angle. But I think he thirsted one and knocked the second one. Good effort.
That was solid, man. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You might have picked up a point there for the squad. You take it, but yeah, maybe you get a little skinnier and try to sneak into that corner. I know my butt would have been hanging out there, but unfortunately, his too. And you know, that'll be it. Back to the lobby for old TC. Well, hey, a couple points still on the board for both the Panthers and the Chosen. Two teams that I would say are ones to watch in this division. And, you know, they're out early, though, in game number 1. So, no big deal. Take a look at the map here. Watch what the zone's doing. What do we got, Jukes? Look at this.
Very pure finish. First game of the Titan series. Of course, it's going to be a very pure finish. You know, look at all of that beautiful water in play. Just cuts the amount of real estate in half. But good thing, you know, now there is quite a different options there on that beach. It's not just completely empty anymore. So... I'm surprised we're not seeing any teams really decide to take that east side, though. It looks like everybody is just trying to center up right now.
Centering up seems to be the way to go. But yeah, Fairy Pier is a whack zone. I want to see if this goes more towards the water. I want to see somebody trying to hold the end of that dock.
Oh my gosh.
You know, go down, chill in the water, maybe, you know, do some fighting on the end of the dock. Could be fun.
Imagine. It's possible.
Probably wouldn't last very long.
I wait to see it. I would pay to see that. Bring it down south. This is the next zone. Come on, we believe in you.
Looks like BOPE has got one down as well. One of our other picks here, taking a peek at them. 2 down. BOPE in trouble. If we can get over to them, that would be amazing. Looks like they had one eliminated, and they are in trouble. Fighting potentially Dauntless.
I believe so.
Here's the Young Kings.
Young Kings are taking a great spot, though. Acer and the team are set up very well for this next zone. Joey, the legend himself, hanging out here. So they are going to be really well done. Looks like we got Lyric going down to the play zone. That's going to hurt them. And man, we're really starting to see teams just get knocked off little by little here as this zone starts to close up.
Brutal. We got a tank out on the battlefield, if that can only be driven.
Well, imagine.
Casper here and Execute actually putting on a pretty solid second half of the map. 5 eliminations now. They've got 5 points to their name, matching SLR. So Super Lazy, Reflex, and Execute really looking pretty good early on here. A lot of good point distribution early. And only 4 teams right now with a full squad remaining, which is actually kind of surprising at this stage.
Yeah, definitely indeed. But hey, you know what? At the same time, when you have a zone like this, it definitely makes things that much more difficult. You know, now Execute did lose Tensa early. I think that's going to be a tough loss for them. But, you know, this squad has a heck of a roster on here. They're pretty well set up. So, I mean, they could definitely easily pull out a top 3 finish.
For certain. We got the rotation coming on from Execute now, trying to go get a spot in that zone. I do worry about their being a little late to get there. A lot of those spots, very pure, not super accommodating for squads trying to hold up. Many of those spots you saw getting picked off early on. You saw the Young Kings kind of moving in, setting up. We got Nova here by the road, kind of gatekeeping the path in. So we'll see if there's any more room for other squads trying to rotate into position. But we also have, looks like Team Mobility chilling in the nearby region as well, trying to make their way in.
Yeah, everything's going to be a little bit quiet right now, but it's going to end up getting hot in the next few seconds as we're starting to hear some shots go down. Here comes Dope. Oh, going to make this challenge up in the CQC. Nice peeks back and forth, but ain't going to be enough for the 1v2.
Woof. Tough spot there. WUMAVI hopping out and absolutely taking care of business there. Zed getting the last laugh, and it looks like Dope Esports, LLC, in trouble.
Big trouble. They're having a hard time getting into this next zone. They do have a little bit of time, so they can kind of just hold out for a little bit longer and then decide this full push. But look at Super Lazy Reflex, still very, very spread out and pushing out of zone to try and catch this third party.
We got shots going off all over the place right now. Execute down to just one member standing. Same with Dauntless. Same with Dope Esports. And we've got WUMAVI on the move right now, led by Stevo and Nemesis. And they're going to go right into Nova. Let's see if Nova's able to get any knocks here as they drive by.
Oh, they're going for it here. Nice sprays back and forth. But Nova doesn't look like they're able to get one of these vehicles taken out. But, oh, actually, GK first.
There it is.
Right there towards the end. Picks one away.
That'll be it for Zed. Zed has been real, man. Next game.
Yeah.
There's always next game. We'll see you on Miramar.
Man. Look at the Young Kings, man. They're just chilling as a 4-man team here. Not a worry in the world. WALLSTREETBETS, Circo, they got a good angle of coming up on top here.
Yeah, look at Acer's position as well. He's holding down like that whole west side of the city right now out of that one little garage.
That's a tough
That'll be an interesting thing to see if he can actually do successfully, especially if any teams rotate in from that way. Maybe MEZEXIS coming in from over there.
I think I would like to see Acer kind of group up more with Fears and then take a little bit of a 2-2, as they do know where Super Lazy Reflex is holding down, and then try to maybe catch them on a rotation. But, you know, I think right now all these teams know what's at stake, especially not 100%. With the team, but their actual self. So, you know what? I think they're going to decide to play this just a little slow, wait for the next zone to decide where to go.
Absolutely. One team to keep an eye on right now. They've been quiet so far, but that's the Golden Eagles. They're creeping in from the hillside. They're the last to kind of come in, playing that edge strategy. But hey, they are one of 2 squads right now with 4 up, the other being the Young Kings, entrenched inside of Ferry Pier. But we've got the Golden Eagles that are going to be trying to rotate their way in. The key, though, is whatever squad they take on to try to, get their position, whoever that other squad is going to be shorthanded. So they're going to be going 4v1, 4v2, 4v3. So they got an advantage, and that's one team to keep your eye on here as this circle starts to shrink.
Yeah, they're only 1 of 2 teams that have a full 4-man up here. Nova is in a really tough spot. They're way out of this next zone. If they do hug it, though, and decide to go to that east side, we can see from here that it's relatively open. So I think that's probably the strat they're going to go for, but it looks like they're trying to get prepared right now. Boost up, get those drinks in ya, and get ready to move.
Yep. See him starting to roll out right now. Here comes the approach, and this will make it or break it for them. Will they be able to secure their position successfully?
Here they come.
And here it comes.
Golden Eagles.
First up is Dope. Dope just has 1 team member in there, so they should be able to win this fight with pretty good ease.
Trying to buy some time, though, here. Look at the next zone. Does go all the way to that southeast side. That's going to make things easy for Nova to get on in here. But Super Laser Reflex really needs to finish out there, and they do. They do end up getting that last player from Dope, and that's just 1 team down. And it looks like they have to get through the Young Kings here. PB, that's going to be pretty tough.
Man, interesting spot for the Young Kings. They're all starting to shade towards the east side of Ferry Pier, but it's gonna really put them all in like one building if they want to be in the zone and use that facility there. Otherwise, they're gonna have to move out. And WALLSTREETBETS,
wow,
really kind of holding. Wow, nice shot there from Chico.
What a shot from Chico. Honestly, I was like really skeptical about that angle because I didn't think he was gonna be able to really hold it down there. But man, tight peaks. The Young Kings are not playing.
No, I'm impressed, man. They held that super well, but they are in a fight. Let's put it that way. They're fighting for their lives right now. 1 of them down, but they hold off the aggressor, and the Young Kings are safe in the circle at the moment. And just as we were talking about Golden Eagles, they did not make their way in. They were not able to win that fight, and they are out. So only 1 full squad at this point, and that is the Young Kings.
Man, dude, they really played that one well. WALLSTREETBETS gonna have a hard time trying to hold it down. BOPE, Fuego, tried to be able to get some damage in last-minute knocks, and he's gonna go out to the blue zone. But Young Kings are in hurt big time. Here comes the nades from WALLSTREETBETS. Can they connect?
Oh, incoming nades. Acer getting tagged there. That's not what he was hoping for. 2 down now from the Young Kings, and WALLSTREETBET with just 2 up themselves is on the push. They know where these guys are at.
Wow. WALLSTREETBETS played that perfectly to eliminate the Young Kings. I'm glad that they didn't just get passive and just let them kind of push up and try to hope for the best. No, they knew the advantage they took of. They used those nades perfectly and got them out of there.
Hey, I'm thankful, man. I put a little love in WALLSTREETBETS' column early before this game, and they are showing up and showing out right now. Short-handed there in that fight, 2v4. They took it to the Young Kings, man. That was perfectly played by the Wall Street Bet squad. They pushed that edge and got the kill before that other team could get back in the fight.
And we're going to see MEZEXIS. It looks like MEZEXIS is going for a little bit of a heel strat. Actually, no, the player is going to be just a little bit more south than what the camera is.
What did I say about those docks at the end of the game?
WUMAVI, Steve-O, putting the pressure on Wall Street Bets, and Wall Street Bets is gone. Regardless, Wall Street Bets got to be really happy there. I mean, look at the amount of eliminations they got, plus a third place finish. That's going to be great. But man, you know what? This new scoring system, everybody, it's no joke, PB.
No, it's all about the eliminations, man. So you look at the teams like Wall Street Bets and Young Kings and Super Lazy Reflex. They're going to be sitting good after this first game because, again, chicken dinner, you always want to win. You always want to rank high, but that chicken dinner is only worth 10 instead of the former 15 that we saw in 2022. But man, MEZEXIS here really squeaking out a clutch finish given how things looked for a while. Remix was up by themselves for the longest time, and Remix able to get to this final circle. And with only a 1v2, there's a legitimate shot to actually win this. And what was I saying about the docks at the end of the game, Jukes? We are literally live right there.
We are right here in person. Now, I have a little bit of high hopes here for Remix because WUMAVI has been playing this very, very passively. And here comes that nade. Is it going to hit perfectly? Yes,
oh my goodness.
It does.
Oh my goodness.
One more. That was an eviction notice. That was an eviction notice, PB. There's more coming.
Oh, he's going to get, watch. It's finished. It's right here. It's over. It's done. MEZEXIS.
Ah!
Dude, he's got no HP.
One more. No, oh my God!
No!
Remix!
Are you serious?
Remix!
Jukes!
Oh, baby! Nade City Population U, WUMAVI. Population U.
Oh my goodness. What a clutch performance to kick things off in game number 1. Jukes, Remix by themselves for I don't know how long in that fight, hanging out on the western side of that zone, just waiting. You had Golden Eagles roll in. You had Super Lazy Reflex over there. Remix somehow making it out of that mess, having to go through the Young Kings inside of Ferry Pier. Young Kings getting wiped by Wall Street Bets. Props to them. But somehow we end up at the Ferry Pier docks as predicted the early part of the game. I don't know how that came to be, but somehow, some way, MEZEXIS getting the win and coming out on top. Jukes, tell me what you thought of that first game, dude.
That was amazing. That was so good right there. I mean, WUMAVI got pretty blessed where that zone was, so they didn't have to really move too much. And sometimes when you kind of get that blessed, your fingers start getting a little cold. You know what I'm saying? You start playing a little bit more passive than you really want to. And Remix spotted them, played aggressive, and just say, you know what? Eat these nades, baby. Eat them. I got it for free.
Dude, that was absolutely bonkers. I mean, that game really had action-packed through and through. Good fights the whole time. I got to tip my cap to Super Lazy Reflex for kicking it off early. We saw those fights just outside of Pachinki there on the other side of the hill, kick off that compound. I was impressed. We saw Chosen and the Panthers going head-to-head, two teams I got my eye on for sure throughout this tournament. You know, some good fights early on and definitely some teams that they're looking strong, man. MEZEXIS flew under the radar that whole game. We'll take a look at how things started off, Jukes. The replay coming in of the Young Kings getting it started with the first frag of the day.
Oh, man. It's always so tough when you have two players try to land on a buggy. You know, one's going to get it, one isn't, and that's going to be really hurtful there for Nova. But, man, this was a great play overall. The Panthers and the Chosen going at it. Super Lazy Reflex played it perfectly and just eliminated both of those squads.
Incredible stuff there. And again, the Chosen sub 1G also almost making it out here. Look at that play, dude. He was just absolutely slaying. Almost made it out. But just like that, Super Lazy Reflex getting the upper hand. We saw Team Mobility doing their thing. Some near misses on Molotovs early on. And yeah, we're not going to, we're nothing. Pew, pew. That's all I got to say.
Yep. Hey, let them know. Let them know. Hey, you know what? We're here. Don't mess with us. I like it. I like it.
Oh my gosh. I didn't see that during the live play, so we must have been catching that nice little strategic nade. We'll see if he's able to clean that up in game number 2 here, but Zed getting picked off, driving by Nova. And here we got Wall Street Bets on the defensive aggressive push here, going up against Young Kings. Super, super awesome stuff from them.
Oh, man, that was amazing. I wonder if it's just like right after this play from Skipper, Remix is just watching and say, you know what? That's right. I got some nades too. Steve-O, you like nades?
Oh, what a perfect throw there from Remix. I mean, dude, snuck that just over the rock, and here's where I thought, you know, just get a 1-2 punch. Nemesis, I mean, they didn't do anything wrong, Steve-O and Nemesis. That was not them throwing. You know what I mean? That was not them just selling. That was Remix coming in with a clutch play, landing the nades, priming them perfectly, and ultimately just, you know, being the better player at the end of the day here. So MEZEXIS taking home the chicken dinner in round number 1. You can see that loop over the mountaintop, clips the player for that final kill. And, man, Jukes, we couldn't have asked for a better opener for the Titan Series Premier Division. I'm so stoked with how that kicked off. Tell me about you, man.
Oh, man, dude, I was so hyped, without a doubt. I think, you know, I will say that, you know, WUMAVI, I think that realizing that it's a 2v1, I would have liked to see a little bit more movement, you know, a little bit more aggressiveness, a little bit more trying to figure out where they were, but they played it just a little soft, and Remix took full-fledged advantage of it and stole the win from them. And I'm excited because, man, after this scoreboard, I think teams are really going to feel exactly what this new point system is. And they're going to be like, you know what? We got to change our strategies, guys, like right here, right now.
Hey, why don't we, I want to hear from Dave. Like, Dave got a chance to see that game, to watch that game. We're going to be working on the scores and you know, pulling that up in the background here. But I would love to bring Dave in and get his take, you know, kind of analyst style, I guess, on that first game. Mustache Dave, welcome back, dude.
Hey.
What a first game, dude. Did you happen to catch the end of that? Like, what was going through your mind watching that?
PB, did I happen to catch it? What are we talking? Of course, man. Of course I happened to catch it. And you know who else caught something? Steve-O caught a grenade right there at the end. What a game number 1, though. I didn't think it was going to end there. The water and the rocks, I already knew it was going to be really interesting finish, but the grenades just sealed the deal. I was actually going to text you after this, like, we need like a Remix trophy after game number 1. It might be too early, but Remix was putting in some work here that last game.
Dude, that was insane. I love the analysis. I love the commentary there, Dave. Shots fired early on from Mustache Dave. Excited to pass the baton over to you in game number 2. You can take my place, sir. You've earned it. But dude, incredible finish there. I can see the chat is reacting right now. Yes. 3 Kobe's, says Dame. G freaking G, says Bellofox. What was that? Says Neptura. Shout out to you guys in chat. For those of you wondering, we are on a bit of a delay here today for the competitive integrity. We're looking at about 5 minutes, just so you guys are aware. But man, what an incredible way to end that first game. I'm still blown away by how that finished, especially given the long odds. I mean, dude, Remix was the only person left for MEZEXIS for forever, basically, and somehow got all the way to the chicken dinner. Crazy stuff. Jukes, tell me what you're looking forward to in Miramar game number 2, especially considerate of the new point system that's been in display. And for those of you guys that you know, missed that in the intro, let's bring up the points really quickly and talk about that and how it's changed from the past seasons. In 2022, a lot more weight kind of put on, I guess, rank, right? And finishing high up on the leaderboards. And now, Jukes, take a look at the scoring, right? Tell us about how that kind of changes the dynamic of play here.
Changes it completely. I mean, we've seen like PUBG Mobile Esports shift more towards like eliminations heavy style gameplay. You know, back in the day, you could just kind of wait it out, just try to get that first place, and it was just so many points that you really didn't have to worry about anything. But now, with first place only being 10, back in the day, third place was 10, right? So it makes a big difference, and a 4-point difference between first and second. I mean, you really have to start wiping squads, pushing out, and making plays. And that's why, after seeing game 1, I'm really liking, you know, the Young Kings type of play style. Yeah, they couldn't make it in the next zone, and that was unfortunate, but I think they played it really, really well compared to some of the other teams I saw.
For sure. So as you can see, next up, we've got Miramar coming in hot. We got a couple minutes out until that next game. We've got the same competitors going to be going head-to-head here in just a moment. We'll go ahead and bring up the teams as well so you guys can take a peek at who you're following all season long here in the Titan Series Premier Division. And this will be every single week on Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific. You can catch all your favorite squads. None other than MEZEXIS, winners of our first ever Titan Series game, as well as the likes of WALLSTREETBETS, Young Kings Global, and obviously Nova Esports as well, kind of headlining that crew in the Premier Division. So again, back on the scoring, Dave, do you think that might have influenced super lazy reflex, like taking that fight early on while there was clearly something going on between the Chosen and the Panthers? I mean, that's a fight that maybe early on in the game teams don't take early. I don't know, man. You've had a lot of experience kind of casting these big, esports events. Tell me if you feel like that was maybe a little bit of a, influenced by the scoring.
Yeah, for sure. Before I get to that, though, I got to call out somebody in the chat. They said that Steve-O asked that grenade out for Valentine's Day. I thought that one was pretty funny. But, yeah, going back to the point system here, I think players are. What's going on? Come on, it's from the chat. You got to shout out the chat.
It was same day delivery. I just had to add that.
Oh man, because he kissed the grenade at the end, man. Come on. But going back to
same day delivery, going out on that date, direct to your door.
Going back to the point, though, here is I think a lot of teams will start to realize how important these elimination points are, to your point, right? Because we saw early game, a lot of teams were really passive. We did have that massive fight, but at the end of the day, they're going to see the scoreboard, and they're going to realize how impactful these elimination points are, with first place only being 10, because a lot of times in the past, we've seen teams, statistically, when they are in first place, second place, their elimination points are up there at the top as well, like 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be heavily balanced here at the end of week number 3. And I feel like the team with the most elim points are going to be the teams first and second, qualify and make it into the finals. So elimination points are key. And I expect this lobby to kind of ramp up the action, early game, mid game, late game, just the whole game compared to other tournaments where it's like, just survive till late game. So yeah, hopefully that answered it, but I'm looking forward to it.
I agree. Well, Dave, dude, thank you for the analysis. Jukes, we are just about ready for game number 2. It's Miramar coming up next. I'm going to let you boys take it away. Papa PB's got to go take a break. We need to kick our feet up over here. You boys take it away. I'll be back to talk to you between games, but chat, I'm excited. We'll see you guys after game number 2, which is coming to you live now. Take it away, boys.
All right, PB, go get some well-deserved rest. You earned it, okay? Go cool down after that first match, because that one had the spice. It had the spice, Dave. Speaking of spice, the Hot Dave podcast is back, baby. Let's go.
Hey, we back, baby. Hodgix, I got to ask, though, come on, man. The Valentine's Day joke. I know Valentine's Day is past, but, I mean, you guys were looking at me like what's Dave talking about?
No, I was like, it was a same day delivery, brother. I mean, instant. It was now.
Yeah. I get it. Hey, I'll work on that next time. I'll work on maybe making it like overnight.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, you know what? Sometimes there's no delay. And there was no delay in that last one. I don't think there's going to be any delay in this one, because I think you had it exactly right, man. I mean, it's going to be all eliminations. I would not be surprised if we see first and second place, the squads with most elims.
Yeah, elimination points are going to be the name of the game, and that's one of the beautiful things about the Premier Titan Series. That they say they want to make a new spicy format here for North America, and I think that's exactly what's going down here. By the way, this is something NA needed, man. Like, there hasn't been any type of highly produced tournament like this in NA for a hot minute now. So I think this is going to open up the doors for a lot of players to get involved with esports as a whole here at Jukes.
Well, the way this is set up, I can say this without a doubt, just from a mile away. This is going to be the best place for especially any aspiring esports player in North America. Anybody that hasn't really been found yet, they now know where to come. They don't got to enter a Discord. They don't have to make friends with people to try to get into a scrim, You come here to the Titan Series, you can put your name on display. and make something happen for the first time, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go indeed, as we are going to be jumping into game number 2 of the Titan Series Premier League. Make sure you hit that follow, smash that sub, by the way, on the channel if you are enjoying what you're seeing, because there's going to be a ton of PUBG Mobile action right here on this channel here, Hot Jukes.
Let's go indeed, man. You guys know what to do. You guys know what to do, but you know what?
Do it.
It's Sanhok time, baby. The jungle, the Panthers. I expected them to do a lot better last game. They were the first team out, so hopefully they don't, prove me wrong. Come on, Quan. Come on.
Already here, a bunch of shots ringing on now. It does look like we are going to have 2 teams already over here at Paradise Resort going to be fighting it out. Oh, I believe it's going to be WALLSTREETBETS on the opposite end here on that west side. So you got the Panthers fighting for the east, trying to loot up real quick. I expect this fight to erupt here any moment, Hot Jukes. I don't see these 2 teams pulling off of each other.
Ooh, I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, especially after those initial shots. You have one of those players from WALLSTREETBETS trying to hold the cheeky angle. The Panthers are playing this very, very tight-knit. They know what is at risk here. So I think now the Panthers say, you know what, Dave, I think we better chill out a little bit,
You
especially
think so?
You think
so? I think they need to do the reverse of that, though, because of last game. Last game, what? They got 0 points? This is already game number 2. There's not many games here in this tournament, Like,
that's a good point.
I don't think they can let these points slip through their paws.
You're totally right. You're totally right, because now, eliminations are so strong. You got to be able to press the action and get it done. But, man, the thing is that Paradise Resort, there's still so many angles. Now that they've disengaged for so long, I don't think they have a lot of information to go off.
You might be right on this one.
See something.
Yeah, you might be right on this one. I was kind of hoping for a early fight. And another thing to think about here is that these 16 teams will be playing every single match of the Premier League. So day number 1, we tend to see teams try to claim their drop spots as well per map. So this could be a big fight in general, looking to see who claims Paradise for themselves. But look at this, Hot Jukes. Okay, WALLSTREETBETS, they're doing a little bit of investigating over here.
Oh, they investigated, I think, something a little too spicy. They say, you know what, we're going to back off for a little bit here. That's kind of the tough part about Paradise Resort is, when you're really just trying to push around, wrap around, try to get some spots. If you lose where they are for even a few seconds, they'll shift to a different place and just pop you from somewhere you didn't expect. And I think WALLSTREETBETS realizes that, says, you know what, maybe this ain't so worth it after all. Maybe he just kind of wait out a couple of minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Hot Jukes, last time we hung out, I got to ask you, before and after, has the mustache gotten thicker? Because a couple people, they're making comments. I look at the mustache every day in the mirror, so I can't see the growth of it. But, tell me the truth, man. Lay it on me.
It's like, I think your mustache is like a low interest savings account, and it just goes up a percentage every year, like 5%. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm investing. Okay.
Yeah.
Something's going down. Something's going down, Hot Jukes.
I heard it.
The Golden
Eagles?
Indeed. The Golden Eagles might be going down over here. Doing a little bit of investigating of their own. Keyword of game number 2, investigating. I do like that. And Painan.
Well, right now they're investigating some 45s on the floor. Not much loot left. As they do. Well, it was just see Stranger pick up that M4. That's going to get him pretty excited here. But, man, I mean, that's what I love about money tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is just saying, and especially now that your own player stats, right, really, really matter, because they're being put on display, And nobody's wanting to take any unnecessary risk.
Yeah, for sure. And make sure you go check out the website as well. TitanSeries.gg.
Do it.
That's where all the player stats are going to live here, and player stats are going to play a huge role on the website, because at the end of the tournament, you'll be able to drill down and see, who's got the golden arm, who's got the eagle eye, all the stats right there at your fingertips. So it's going to be interesting to see. I also predict that this website is also going to be used to create new teams, right? People are going to go on there 100%. And be like, who's the best, the cream of the crop, or even other squads looking to pick up a new member. Like, they're going to use the website and really fill the perfect role that they're looking for. So, you know me, Jukes. You've known me for years. I'm all about the stats, man. And
bro,
yeah, that website's got me pretty excited.
I was about to say I could feel Stats Dave goosebumps from here as soon as I saw that website. Man, it is so intuitive. I can't wait to see the stuff that you're going to break down as you analyze it as these days go on, man. But, this is game number 2, first Sanhok of the Titan series. And everyone, right now in stage 1, they said, you know what? We got our loot. We'll just wait for that next zone before we start pressing things.
Yeah, it's kind of eating my own words here that we were chatting about on the break. I was expecting more teams to realize the importance of elims. Oh, okay, though. Hold up, bring it back. UMP, AK action. We got Trick over here laying down some cover fire. It is going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. Nice turn, though, on to Wancho. Let's see if we can avoid the Smalley.
He gets the finish, too. Here comes Trick. Gonna have to kind of get in a little bit of a 1v1 situation. Where's the rest of his squad to come help him? These teams just so split up. And I can't believe, Trick actually sent it, but he does get the finish. So MEZEXIS end up on top with that one. 4 eliminations, so they did lose 1 early on.
Trick with 3 right there. So hate to see, hate to see that from their opponents, but at the same time, MEZEXIS, they are going to be feeling somewhat confident after last match, of course, and you can kind of see it in their gameplay. But over here, hold up, Hot Jukes. The Chosen, they are crashing. They're crashing the compound, man.
I heard some of them DBS shots. I wanted to see the action. Dauntless is in big trouble when it comes to the Chosen, as they're full sending it. Sup, Pig? Making it happen with that Thompson. And there goes Kalski. Looks like he's in big trouble. Here come the Golden Eagles for the third party.
The Golden Eagles swooping in from above, sending a 3-1 split with Apollo 99 in the back lines. UMP, Dauntless, the solo in the front lines, has a grenade. Might be able to chuck it, keep them at bay, but this is just an all-around dangerous situation for everybody involved. And it looks like Klaus was able to get a nice grenade out to put a stop to that push for the time being.
Oh, there comes the DBS in full-fledged action. Coffee trying to be able to make something happen, and he does against Dauntless, but gets turned on. Coffee goes down, and here comes the Chosen, looking to clean up all these eliminations, but gets picked off? What is happening?
Here comes Nova. It's like everyone sees the flare in the sky, and they need these elim points here, Hot Jukes, and they're all just pulling on in. So Kindness cooking a grenade. Not sure Kindness is aware of the enemy right ahead of him. Do see an Uzi out, but the Golden Eagles, throughout their third party, only 1 elim point out of all that.
You know what? I've already seen it. This is going to be the season of third party because everybody wants those eliminations. So they're going to come and get them. Okay, I think after that one, Golden Eagle realizes that, a new team has stepped on the scene. It's Nova.
Yeah.
And look at that knock to start things off. Here, Nova are going to full send this. They want those elims.
The season of third party. I love that that tagline. So I agree. Easy points right there. Beowulf cooking this grenade. Teammate on the roof, Apollo 99K. UMP getting a nice spray down, but not only are they getting the spray down, they're getting the intel, Hot Jukes, on the possible push from Nova Esports.
Yeah, that's a tough Molotov to throw right there, but I guess you got to do it. Try to make something happen. Golden Eagles are holding the roofs, and they're holding some really cheeky angles here. Nova, seems they got them DBSs, S12Ks, shotgun meta in the close quarters combat. Who is going to push who first? Nova does have that 4-man. Golden Eagles did lose 1 to Nova.
It's all about getting the high ground. You got it.
Trying to get that button up. Third time? Nope.
Got it.
Fourth
time? This is the angle. Not the angle.
Bring the...
Keep trying. We got this.
Okay, try once more.
The thing is, I would hate for QZZ to be so tunnel vision on making that roof jump.
He gives up.
I would hate for the Golden Eagles to just push the 3-man in the front lines, right? But they're actually going to be pushing the Golden Eagles in the compound. Golden Eagles, misfiring the shotgun right there. But prepping some grenades. Here comes the push. GK burst pulling on through the shotgun meta. We're seeing it right here in Hot Juice.
And here comes Nova with the pre-fire, gonna get the finish onto the Golden Eagles. So they go down and out, and Nova pick up 6 eliminations and no losses. That's a big, big start here for Nova. They say, you know what? We don't need no heal strat. We don't need no heal strat, Dave.
Nope. Don't even need QZZ, as, you know, they were back there trying to get on the roof. So just goes to show you the strength of that squad in particular. 6 points so far for them. Still 4 alive. By the way, I want to point out this beautiful UI right there on that right-hand side. The active scoreboard, Hot Jukes. It shows you who's alive, who's down, and who's out.
Oh, my goodness. Well, a lot of these teams that we expected to do really well here in Sanhok, you know, I'm looking at you, the Chosen, you know, SLR, even WALLSTREETBETS going out early. Nova on top here to start things off. Zone, got a little peek of it right there. It's good to see. The Panthers, big chillin' still over here.
Big chillin'. You know what's going on in the zone. I caught it just a moment ago. Execute are deep in the blue, Hot Jukes. Execute 4 elim points too, so they're just kind of out there, big chillin'. But Quarry, man, the bloodbath in the center. Like, if this circle continues to favor Quarry, honestly, I don't see anyone winning. No one wins when it goes to Quarry here, man.
Dude, Quarry's so tough.
Yeah.
So tough. Definitely not an easy place to hold. But I think it's, what was that, WUMAVI that was chilling in that area? We are seeing some action in the elimination feed there. So it looks like the Panthers were getting into some business. Well, the Panthers are actually gone. Yeah, the Panthers are eliminated.
They got the business.
Yeah, that's right. They got the business. So the Panthers, dropping in Paradise Resort, couldn't make it out alive. They did get 4 eliminations, though.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's all they're going to get. 4 points.
But Hot Jukes, the beautiful thing is, and we're going to keep harping on this, those 4 points, that's the equivalent to a 4th place finish, right?
That's crazy.
And on Sanhok, a 4th place is just, it's a challenge in its own right to get to, right? Just because how the map layout is. So I think these teams that are out already, like Dauntless, the Panthers, 4 elims, they're not sweating. They're not sweating with those elim points here.
Just to give you an example, before, you know, 4th place used to get you 8 points. And now with the system, it's 4. So it's literally cut in half. That is crazy. Okay. Are we going to see WUMAVI press on to execute? Yep. Fishy pops him out the vehicle. But, hey, you know what? It was just an unfortunate effort. And it looks like the rest of WUMAVI is going to give up on their squad here and just send it all into zone.
WUMAVI. So WUMAVI, I definitely get where they're coming from. They were playing the edge. They didn't expect anyone to pull right behind them. Like we mentioned a couple of moments ago, Execute, they were in the blue for a hot minute, right? So WUMAVI getting caught off guard right here from behind, totally understandable. But at the same time, it just goes to teach you, like, you always got to have your head on that swivel here, Hot Jukes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always on a swivel. Dope Esports, keep an eye on Execute as they are in the zone. And man, these things are just going to start ramping up quick. Once it hits zone 4 in Sanhok, oh, you cannot delay. Oh, look at that. Execute now know that this is not for free. Great shots there from across the way. Oh my goodness, though. Casper and Fate breaking apart Dope Esports. They're far too spread out here.
Execute just rolling on in with the double DBS. You love to see it here. Execute 6 elim so far. That looks like that's the name of the game here for them on Sanhok. Just drive everywhere. They got that little split going on. Soft 2-2 split now. Gonna be cooking some grenades, tossing them. Robert GG holding on to that corner of the shack. Just waiting for the double push here. Grenade in hand. Robert GG quickly swapping back over. What the DBS and the crossfire.
What an angle, but man, Execute is really giving Dope the business here. And I think Robert heard that DBS and said, you know what, I think I'll wait and push back to the next tree. Can Ness quick find the angle? And he does.
Wow. Little 1v1 action right there. Who comes out on top?
Casper does.
Ooh.
Can they catch Robert?
Can
it's up
we?
to Fate.
Can we?
And trying to save his team, and he not gonna be able to catch one of them. Can he pick up the other and run? No, it looks like he's gonna sacrifice that second teammate as well and just go for the meds and the loot.
Massive points though, still Hot Jukes. Massive.
I think Fate could have picked them up. Oh, actually no. Here comes Paranza with a beautiful angle. Yeah, I mean, execute. It's done for. Fate, I think, is going to try to go for some first aids and go for a little bit of a heal strat and try to sneak in later.
Still, beautiful game for Execute. 90 limb points. If they could just get one more, that would be equivalent to a chicken dinner. And the thing is that I like about Execute right now is that the kill points, the distribution on the team is spread out evenly. Like, everyone's putting in work. Everyone can handle their own here, Hot Jukes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. Here comes Nova. Had a great start to the match. They're one of the few squads here that do have a full 4-man, as they are going to be wrapping around, getting into this next zone very, very safely. Now, where's this next one going to pop? It does shift away from them. So now they have to set their eyes down the hill and start heading down it.
Yeah, down the hill, but I don't believe any team is near them for the time being. So they're going to have first pickings on the west side of the new circle. Meanwhile, if you can recall, everybody's on this east side. So this east side, everyone that was investing in quarry, setting up camp, setting up shop, they're now going to have to push. And
K9 needs to start running. What are they doing?
Yeah,
K9 needs to go.
It's gonna be ugly, Hot Jukes. Young Kings right there on the edge too. So Young Kings Global are gonna be playing gatekeeper on the east side.
Yeah, that's kind of the tough part. Like I said, this is Sanhok. At a certain point, you have to just cut your losses and just start running. You do not have a lot of time. Team mobility with a DBS! Pew! Shutting them down.
Oh, pew, pew. Are you surprised with the amount of shotguns we're seeing here?
It is the DBS meta now. That is the best close quarters combat gun available. And in Sanhok, especially in a place where you're not really using vehicles and always on the run, it definitely is huge. It's up to really Joey here to make a really good nade and hold down. He cannot, hold that angle for very long. It is so much more difficult to hold inside the window than outside of it. And wow, team mobility gonna start giving Young Kings the work here. Oh, what a great catch from outside that window. Joey survives.
I do appreciate the smokes that Team Mobility threw out there before making that push to try to eliminate those sight lines, but they were coming down from that hilltop, so they were fully exposed there. They still got a duo up, but in the blue, being gate-kept. Young Kings trying to heal up themselves here. We might just share it, but Nova!
QZ's like, give me these.
From downtown. They're pushing. They're pushing this, Hot
Smart. Very smart, very smart. I mean, they got all those eliminations for basically for free. I don't know why their teammates didn't talk to each other, throw a smoke or something, because QZ was just eating them up every time they stopped in that spot. And now QZ, this is an interesting 3-1 split here from Nova. Listen, they are buying their time. Joey's going to try to hit a cheeky nade off the window. Doesn't make anything happen just yet, but this is unfortunate for both of these teams, because here comes Papa Blue.
Papa Blue needs a kill counter, limb counter themselves. But Kindness with the jump shot.
Oh, Joey!
Oh, Joey! DBS to the dome right there. Take this, Kindness. You can have it.
Ooh, you can have it all day. Here comes Peralta with the nades. Beautifully timed. He's in a great spot. Can he hit this one down? Oh, does do some pretty good damage. And it looks like he's going to go for this. He's got to go for the elimination here. I'm surprised Peralta missed that. That should have been a free steal.
Hot Jukes, though. MEZEXIS still in a top 3 situation.
Look at
Nova. They decided to wrap around the zone there to make that push on that compound just west of Quarry. They didn't necessarily need to, but doing so was able to acquire a couple more limb points, sitting at 14 right now. Now, they got a chicken dinner right ahead of them. 3v1.
It looks like they were thinking about possibly going for the save, but it's not going to end up working out. So, yeah, here comes the 2v1. Can Peralta hold it down against QZ? No, you ain't running out in the open like that against me. It's Nova winning the first Sanhok of the Titan series.
Let's go. Nova right there, just looking so well put together. Like every single push, every single play they had, you can tell it was just a well-oiled machine coming into the Titan Series Premier League. Meanwhile, we look at other squads, they're kind of just getting caught out in the open, mixed up, separating. And that's the beauty of this lobby, is that all these teams come from all different walks of life here, and they're all just jam-packed into this competitive lobby. And Nova, congrats, winner chicken dinner, game number 2.
Dude, crushed it. I mean, they started off strong, right? Wiping out all kinds of squads there in Python. And then immediately after, they didn't skip a beat. And that's what I love about this team, is like when they definitely start getting that little taste of blood in their mouth, they bite and they don't let go until all those squads are finished. That was perfectly executed. Perfectly.
And you call it out too. The one thing that I did notice from Nova throughout the entirety of that game, every single push, it was a third party.
Yep.
It was a third party, and they just took advantage of when other teams are fighting, trying to heal up. They're kind of tunnel visioned almost, trying to concentrate on each other. The comms are probably hectic. Nova calmly just strolling in, trying to capitalize on that action that's erupting over there. And they get points, man. They get the elim points.
I said it right here, right now. This is going to be the season of third parties, especially in that early mid game. It's a strategy I wonder why we didn't see more teams utilize in the previous seasons. Because when you have that early game advantage of so much space, it allows you to try to go for the third party. And if it's not working out in your favor, back out. Let's take a look here at the replay here. This is Python, and we just saw so much DBS action.
Yeah, this is kind of when what we were just referring to, tough. The Nova third party. We can already see their name tags out there in the distance. They hear the action, they see the kill feed, and they just come rolling up here. Pre-firing up the stairs. No time to even react, Hot Jukes.
Yeah, no time at all. Couldn't get anything done, unfortunately. Nova just had everybody's number. I mean, once they start busting out that DBS, pre-firing every angle, it's really, really tough to deal with them.
Dude, they got your number, though. That's the real question.
Dude, not yet. That's unfortunate, man. Because I've been waiting for the call. I've been looking at my phone every single day. I'm like, Shifan, where's your number? I would do, come on, bro.
Let's get them your number here after today. They got everyone's number. They're about to have Hot Juice's number. This was a nice cover fire right there. Execute. Who was it? They had one of their members in the front lines pushing, but that cover fire was great.
It was money. And look at Pew here. Did a great job of getting those early eliminations. The Young Kings, though, did a great job of suppressing this, using Papa Blue to their advantage. Joey, there's not much you could do when it comes to peeking those angles because you know that they're waiting for him. Look at that headshot.
Oh, Joey's putting in work that game with the double barrel shotgun. I did like the smokes, though. We call it out from Team Mobility, tossing those smokes to kind of block those sight lines. But Joey, we're talking about who has whose number. Joey had Team Mobility's number there as they decided to crash that wall.
Goodness gracious. Well, here we go. That's 2 matches of the first day of this Titan series down. We got Miramar up next. So, hey, we're headed to the desert, Dave.
Yep.
Right? I know you got to be hyped for that.
You know what? I was sending emails and I was like trying to get Vikendi slotted in. Maybe next season. Who knows?
Dude, imagine.
Hey, I've been rocking the Vikendi hype train for the longest. You know that. We're gonna get it done. But Miramar is definitely enjoyable. I mentioned in the beginning of last game that I truly feel like today is the day where teams are going to try to stake their claim in their drop spots, try to plant their flag. Like, this is my spot. And we might have some early game fights here on Miramar coming up next.
I wouldn't be surprised. Because I'll tell you what, when it comes to flags being planted, Nova planted one in Sanhok. They said, we don't need no heel strap, baby. We can get those eliminations by ourselves. And it's so far Titan Series record in eliminations, Dave. It's a record.
Yeah, it's a record here, Hot Jukes. And talking about records, well, we're going to tally up some more records as we send it to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And we're back with the Titan series. 2 games in the books so far. A couple teams coming out hot today. Really excited about this, the results so far, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I've been impressed with the quality of play so far. And Hot Dave, y'all killed it for game number 2, guys. Sanhok actually coming in hot. My bad for misspeaking on the Miramar a bit earlier. Realized it as I announced it, and then went to watch in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, that's not at all the map I was expecting to see." But anyway, my bad. Anyways, guys, break down the second game for us a little bit. Starting with you, Mustache Dave. You know, give me some keys to the match there. What'd you see?
What I see, let's think about it. We talk about teams planting their flags here for drop spots today. Well, Hot Chooks touched on this. Nova Esports planting their flag, not only on the drop spots, but every single zone, playing from the edge, making sure to scope out their terrain, looking ahead of them, and capitalizing on the third party. With the point structure, this is going to be third party heavy, and the team to master the third party technique and walk away with elims and still surviving, that's going to be the team in the number 1 spot, getting this cash money in the finals here, Hot Chooks, and Power Bang.
100%, dude. I gotta say, Hot Chooks, you pointed out something key there. Nova Esports, they don't need that heel strat, man. They came out and got it done. Not only did they go aggressive, dude, they finished with 16 elims in that second game in dinner. So we're sitting at 26 points in 1 game. That's nuts for the new standings. But I will say a couple of consistent places there from MEZEXIS, not only winning the chicken dinner in game number 1, following it up with like an 8-limb second place in game number 2. So we got a couple of front runners, I think, early on in this one.
That's a good point. Great point. I mean, we're starting to see some consistency from one squad, and we see Nova, right, step it up when they needed to the most, right? I literally called them out at the start. I was like, can Nova make something happen, right? After losing the heel strat, they said, yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can. That DBS action is something that I love to see so prevalent in Sanhok, and it is without a doubt a must-have. And I'll tell you what, Nova, they did not disappoint in the slightest, and they could have gotten taken away from them. Young Kings almost gate-kept them, but Nova said, not today. We're taking this one to the bank.
Yeah, Nova historically being incredibly strong on Sanhok, just a little bit different strategy in the past we've seen from them. But hey, I like it. Coming out hot, Titan Series, week 1, getting the first dub on Sanhok as we shift our attention to the next map. That's Miramar. Have any of the teams, Dave, exemplified kind of a play style that you think will be effective on a larger, bigger map?
Yeah. I'm looking at the Golden Eagles. I was kind of impressed with their playstyle on Sanhok and their ability to recognize when is a good opportunity to take a fight. It just so happened that once when they're in the mix after committing to it, Nova also recognized them from way downtown and applied a lot of pressure that they just couldn't handle when forced to get up close and personal. But the Golden Eagles here, power bang. I'm going to be looking at that squad here in particular for Miramar.
Amazing. Well, boys, it is time to hop into our third game. That is Miramar. Officially, you can bank on it. And if it's not, I'm a liar, right? So I'm hoping not to be proved a liar here. We're going to go to Miramar right now. And like I said, Dave, Hot Dave, I should say, y'all are responsible for this one. So I'm going to bow out for the time being. Chat, enjoy Hot Dave for game number 3. Miramar coming up next. We'll see you guys in a bit.
Vikendi confirmed. Vikendi confirmed.
Vikendi confirmed 100%. And honestly, if it is Vikendi, right? We're getting a water circle, baby.
Yeah.
Water circle, bro. That's a tradition. That's our tradition for sure. For those who know, they know. All right, man. Well, you know what? First Miramar here of the day. I kind of want to see somebody else pop off here. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a dark horse, a squad that we really didn't think about, just come up big, make some big plays and put up some big numbers here. At the same time, though, the Panthers need to. The Panthers definitely need it because they've had 2 rough games so far here today.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Panthers real quick. Shout out to chat. I see a bunch of new faces, familiar faces. We got Her Gaming, we got Thab, we got E-Loves. Everybody just vibing, having a good time watching some quality PUBG Mobile competitive content. So game number 3, about ready. But to answer your question here, Hot Jukes, I'm going with Dauntless. I want to see something from Dauntless. This is a new team. Yeah, it's a new team for me. I don't really have much intel on them specifically, but I want to see something from them here on this Miramar game.
Yeah, by the way, I didn't say to Dauntless. I said to this playing path.
Sound like you did.
Playing path, dude. Look at this playing path. Looking nice and southern. None of these teams are happy about this. It's not even close to Pecado. It's not even close to Opozo. This eliminated a lot of different drop spots for squads. I think a lot of teams are going to probably have to try and fly out and find a vehicle that they want to kind of really loot. That puts a lot of teams at risk of possibly dropping with each other and seeing some teams eliminated early. This is going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one here, Jukes. This is game number 3. We're going to have 3 weeks of gameplay leading up to week number 4 for the finals, the premier finals. Top 3 get money. And another interesting kind of thing about the Titan series in general is that we're also going to mix in some Challenger series teams after they compete in their finals. So that's something you don't normally see. You don't normally see the other league have the opportunity to take all the money from the Premier League, right? Like that's like a wild card factor in my opinion. So even if you are the first place team in this lobby, you're also going to have to be prepared for the first place team in the Challenger lobby as well. So you gotta be watching all the games and being up to date with all the teams. And you know where you can do that, Hot Chicks? You know where you can get the stats, the news?
Where?
You know where? You know where? TitanSeries.gg. TitanSeries.gg. Right there on the screen. Right there on the screen. That's where you can get it.
It's right there. It's right there. Click on it. Click on it.
Do it.
Man, you know what? I can't wait to see that. Could you imagine, right? One of those teams from that series just come in here and win the whole enchilada?
That'd be insane.
That would be nuts. That would be nuts.
I want to see that, honestly. Like, I'm rooting for all these teams, of course. And Nova are just dominating right now. MEZEXIS, you talked about them. Consistent. Yes, we only have 2 games, but from what we've seen, consistent. But if a Challenger team comes in and swoops everything, oh, man. Yeah, talk about a storyline. That is, people are going to be talking about that for a while.
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%. Can you imagine how that's going to affect the entire stats of everything? That's wild. That is absolutely wild. Take a look here. We still got teams dropping here. That's the subject of this really terrible playing path. Steve-O still has not made up for what happened in game 1. Okay? I'm going to say it right here and right now.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. It's just the way it is, man. It's live, baby. This is live.
It's live.
You
5 minutes. 5 minute delay.
Oh,
5 minute delay.
Peralta goes down.
Goes down.
Eliminated.
Peralta has been a key player from MEZEXIS, in my opinion, as well. Every single time we see MEZEXIS show up in that late game, Peralta is playing that off angle, and they're like the grenade specialist so far for the squad. I know we saw game number 1 remix, of course, but Peralta has been putting in a lot of work when it comes to the util. So for them to lose Peralta this early on, Hot Jukes, it's going to be a real test to see how consistent MEZEXIS can be with one of their key players down and out this early on.
Yeah, definitely. So finally we see a little bit of adversity early on for MEZEXIS. This is going to be a good time to keep an eye on them and see exactly, how they overcome it. And especially in a map like Miramar, this is one of the worst places you can really lose someone early. You definitely want to have that full 4-man towards the end. But man, we're seeing so many winnies here.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Winchester after Winchester.
Best gun in the game, Hot Jukes.
Really?
You know why?
Why?
I believe it might still be in the game, but in the game, there's like little micro videos of the weapons, right?
Micro videos, yes.
Like inside the game somewhere.
Oh, the tutorial.
That's a
yeah.
tutorial. And you know who made a video?
That's right.
In the game? Mustache Dave, man, on the Winnie. The best work of art I've ever created. PUBG Mobile said, "Listen, Dave, we're putting that in the game." I honestly called my mom, my grandma, everybody in my phone book, and I told them about it. Yeah, and you know what? It's just now catching on. Finally, we're starting to see a bunch of players pick up the Winchester 94. I think it has fast reload. Fast reload. And attached scope already comes with it, and it's a good scope too. And to drop early, get that weapon with the scope right off the rip, you can get some knocks, man. I'm telling you, you can do it.
We saw it. We already seen it. We've already seen it. So heck, more truth coming out of Dave, as is tradition. Very on brand for Mustache Dave. Guys, gotta go check out that tutorial as well. Make sure you go ahead and throw Dave a little bit of a tweet right there. He'd love to see it.
Like, listen, Dave, best tutorial I've ever seen. I'm not telling you what to tweet, but if you want to tweet it, go for it. And while you're at it, drop a subscribe to the Titan series here.
That's right.
On the page. Right. Drop a subscribe. You want to do it. This is
crazy. I'm so glad that this is going on right here. This is a great experience for all these teams to prepare themselves for everything going on, and a place where we can really see the NA esports community grow, because, let's be real. We have not seen a North American team in the PMGC Global Finals in years. It has been way, way, way too long. We've seen some, one NA team make it to the, the semis, but nothing further than that. So, I think this is a great tool for the entire scene to use to really finally step NA up.
This is the spot. If you enjoy PUBG Mobile and you want to get involved with competitive as well, I believe the next season signups are going to be March 20th on that website. We're going to keep talking about TitanSeries.gg. So if you're in the chat right now, you're like, listen, I could do this. I could be a pro. There's your shot, Hot Jukes. There is your shot. March 20th.
Don't miss it.
We'll, of course, remind you later down the road. But, yeah, this is the spot. Super Lazy Reflex also looking for a spot to park their vehicles.
To park their hands on the hill because he got knocked, son.
No.
You hate to see that. But MEZEXIS still looting up. We do see the golden Marauder having a little bit of trouble get up the hill.
Yeah, not an off-road vehicle. I don't know. We are going to get the pickup. Oh, they're sending it, though. They're sending it, Hot Jukes.
Nova is not messing around. Like, they are playing full-fledged aggression. Here they go pop off, trying to catch him. They do get a spot, so now they do feel that blood in the water. And now Super Laser Reflex, they're in big trouble.
Nova winning. Kindness popping over the hill right there. GK first on the off angle. Kindness in the front lines with the scar.
Oh, nice steal.
Quick little swapperino. QZZ to clean up with the grenades out here. 4 elims just like that. Hot Jukes. But they got to watch out for Wall Street Bets. Like you said, trying to steal these points, trying to take out util, trying to pepper some shots long range. Regardless, though, I think at the end of the day, we mentioned it on the break, Nova understand the point system here. And that play right there is clear as day. That they know exactly what they need to do to be at the top.
That was exactly what they were supposed to as well. I mean, the second they got that first knock, hey, let's just go ahead and full send the squad, get these eliminations early on. So that way, you know, in case we do get a bad game towards the end, at least we get some good points. And, you know, 4 points with this new point system, it is just so massive.
4 points in the bank, just like that. Oh.
Glove.
Oh.
All right.
Hot Jukes, what do you want to see on this Miramar game? It's still pretty early.
Well, you know, I want to see, honestly, I want to see what Nova is going to do next, right? Okay, how are they going to play this next one, right? Are they going to be kind of hunting down, searching for third parties? Because I think that's why they're moving around so much, right? They're not just staying in one spot, just waiting for the next zone. They're actively moving, and that's what I want to see more of, is teams saying, hey, you know what? Let's try to search and hear and hopefully catch a fight. We can third party and get those points early, because with this much space, especially in a map like Miramar, you got nothing to lose. I mean, yeah, you get close, and if unfortunately it just feels a little off, you just, you know, turn your head the other way and run.
That is true. And I think to kind of add to your point, two strategies that we've been seeing as well are teams that like to be very active, like Nova. Nova have been active every single game, constantly moving almost. While other squads like Young Kings, WUMAVI, they've been playing the edge, you know, nice and slow. And I almost feel like the edge play isn't the play almost with this point structure, you know, because once when you get that late game, yeah, you might be alive still. But a fourth place, fifth place, that's not that many points compared to being active throughout the whole game and getting these elim points here. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing, this is only day one, right? So I can't be too harsh. But I'm looking forward to seeing the meta kind of evolve here as the days progress.
I think we're already seeing it change right here. When you're talking about active, we just saw inactive get knocked here. But Remix does get a little bit of revenge. He is the reason why we saw them win the first game. But they do lose 2 members. Do pick up 1 point, though. I think that was a little bit of a misplay there from K19.
Dude, someone in the chat, they're making fun of me because I said I got a phone book. You got a phone book, right?
Classic Dave.
You got a phone book, right?
I haven't seen the yellow pages in quite a long while, Dave.
Oh, man. See, I get the yellow pages still, man, because I'm just that type of guy. You're missing out.
Shout out to yellow pages.
Shout out to yellow pages. Yeah, maybe a sponsor next season. We'll see. But getting back to the game, Dauntless. That's the team I called out that I want to see more. Hot Jukes. Dauntless in the blue right now, going for a ultra wide rotate all the way on the east side. We can't even see them. That's how far away they are right now in this game. We can't even see them, Hot Jukes. And I don't think that's not what I want to see, man. This slow play, I don't see it working out here for these squads.
Oh, well, you know what? It looks like in the kill, we see the Panthers getting into it. Zuko with a nice knock. All right, let's see what we got. As we take a look at the map.
Beautiful.
And the Panthers from downtown do pick up one of the members from Dope. Very, very spread even right now. But wow, great shots from downrange. I think after that knock, yeah, they're going to start full sending it.
And they are. They recognize the importance of these points. We see them in the vehicles pushing up just a little bit closer, trying to get a better angle through those windows to lay down some fire here. And this is going to be on the edge of the current zone on the east side. Meanwhile, here comes BOPE Esports. They did lose 2 on the rotate, so not looking too good for them. At least the duo still up and alive.
And that was from downtown, too. Those were some really long-range shots. They ended up losing players like that. So that's super unfortunate for them. And no eliminations to their name. And, yeah, they're in a tough spot here. But you know what? They're going to have to just hold it down, regroup, and just try to sneak their way and hopefully take some elimination points for some of these other squads. K19 right across the street. But you know what? These neighbors are not friendly, Dave. Not friendly.
No, and they're definitely aware of their presence as they're just looking across there, eyes like a hawk. And next circle did pop. Both teams no longer in it. Hot Juke. So the duo from Dope Esports, they have to make a decision. Do they want to try to wait it out, maybe backstab K19, maybe get a elim, or be proactive, pop in the buggy, and send it to the next circle?
Oh, did you get run over?
Watch out for the buggy. That's what they got to do first here, Hot Jukes.
Yes, sir, indeed. The Chosen is now in the mix. As we're going to see Chronics from the Panthers. Keeping an eye on EPS. Let's see.
Yep.
This is honestly one of the worst spots. This is honestly one of the worst positions to be in. Dope gets the knock on to Nate. Gets beat up in the meantime. Not a lot of cover on this broken wall, but he is going to make it into the building on time.
Oh, man. Here comes the... I was going to say the support, but they don't look like they're pushing this to help out Nate and get the pickup. They're actually going to let Nate pay their dues for kind of being the solo in the front lines, just sending it right there, Hot Jukes.
Yeah, the Panthers are making some very interesting plays here. Definitely not my favorite. I think they can try and find a position to be able to gatekeep these squads and get some points, but they really didn't set themselves up for any team across the street. But here they come. Now the Panthers are putting the pressure on to Dope Esports. They want these eliminations, and they want to finish them out quick.
Yeah,
K19 uses it. Yeah, they're out.
Perfect opportunity right there for K19 to hop in the bus and just send it, reposition, and possibly even gatekeep both these squads, or at least the survivor. But let's see, can they get revenge on Nate? Can they get revenge on Nate? Like you said, Quan in the back line, 50% HP. Looks like they were able to take out Dope, but at what price, Hot Jukes? They get third party.
Here comes K19 now, you know, coming right back, taking these elimination points early. I don't like how Quan was so far back there for so long. I think he needed to start sending it over and commit with his team to get those out, down and out. But it looks like K19 are just going to take that knock and run into this next zone. It's still only zone 3, so I think the Panthers are going to be able to get everybody back up here.
Yeah, K19, let's see, though. They got 2 elim points. Casually casually taking a bus ride here through the beautiful terrain of Miramar. Right there, they see the blue zone right ahead of them. They're trying to strategically weave their way through all their opponents. They got MEZEXIS and WALLSTREETBETS in the area, so they're trying to avoid them right now. You don't want to get caught in the bus while receiving bullets, Hot Jukes. Very difficult
that is correct.
fight. Yeah, very difficult fight to take. So, as we say that, one of them taken out in the kill feed.
Yep, and down they go. Instantly thirsted.
Yikes.
And K19.
Yikes.
Wow. Just getting absolutely dusted.
Yeah. You said in the pre-show I dropped the instant delivery joke. Well, that's instant delivery loot right there, Hot Jukes.
That's true. That's true. And look at this. Trick is going to get it all, soaking up all that precious loot. As we do take a look here at the zone, Nova is chilling pretty centered up. The Young Kings are in a great spot. And I'm looking down at the Golden Eagles. That's the team you were expected to kind of make something happen. They're on the south here. I wonder how they're going to be able to get in here. What do you think?
I want to say yeah, just so I could look cool, but they got Nova right ahead of them and Execute, 2 really strong teams in the lobby, so we'll see what they can accomplish. Execute right here, again, a nice little vantage point of them on the high ground overlooking Nova. So Golden Eagles, they might be able to recognize Execute over here, maybe try to backstab them, but you really got to be cautious, even though Nova are downrange. Once when they hear a fight, Hot Jukes, you never know. They might decide to push up that hill.
They need to kind of just play it very slowly, try to keep creeping through the edge, and then hope for these 2 teams to start fighting, and then just third party them instantly. That's going to be the best play, and honestly, probably one of the best ways you really want to fight Nova. You don't really want to go heads up with them.
Fishy!
Hands up!
Yeah, fishy. Not where you want to be. 3 teammates right there from WUMAVI. Nowhere to be found. Just on the opposite side of the mountaintop. I don't believe they'll be able to get fishy up because that'll just be a death sentence. Still, 11 teams alive, Hot Jukes. If you get taken out right here, right now, 0 points. 0 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Here come the Golden Eagles now. So they did exactly what I was talking about, right? Played it very slow, able to get in the zone, trying to catch that third party, but now they have got eyes on them from Execute, and WUMAVI is now trying to be the squad of third party them.
We're talking about the PBJ sandwich. Well, it's looking
Wow,
like an Execute
shot.
sandwich right here. Getting caught in the crosshairs in the middle. Stranger 99. Beautiful shot, like you mentioned, Hot Jukes down range with the Scar.
WUMAVI getting the bad end of it, and Execute is in the WUMAVI and Golden Eagle sandwich. Jason, not liking the taste of this bread, as Wolf is ready to just soar down on top of him.
Must be right. As the Golden Eagles full send in it. This is what you want to see. Jason! Caught right there. Buying some time. That's what Castle's going to be doing right here, hoping that WUMAVI takes the grunt of the force. That's at their doorstep. Casper not making a move, going to be hitting that dirt. Prone position!
Oh, what a nade!
But Steve-O!
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 Hey!
For a beautiful grenade right there. Said, sit down. Not today.
And here comes Steve-O again. Is this the Steve-O redemption arc that we have been waiting for? The Titan series is an anime, Dave.
As Nova, we said Nova. Once when they hear the action, you never know what they're gonna do. They might push up that hill, and that's exactly what they did now. Right behind WUMAVI. Then out there in the distance, another squad gonna be pulling up. But Nova, third-party Kings, man, you gotta give them the title here after watching their games tonight.
Well, let's see right now with Deluito. Can't handle the DBS. It's too strong, but his teammates are going to be able to kind of help support him very well here. Nice pressure shots from Juancho. I love him getting in that buggy and sending it far away because Kindness has the lay of the land. I mean, look at the spot.
Yeah, Juancho
great play.
might be able to go for some placement points here. It looks like the road ahead of them free and clear for the time being. They're going to have a nice little buffer between them and their opponents, but Nova saw them push down that vehicle and might opt to chase them down just a little bit.
The SLR? Are we going to see some SLR action?
Kindness. Flipping the vehicle. Young Kings. Once again, they love compounds. They had a really nice compound towards the later half of the Sanhok map. If you can recall, where we saw Joey put a halt to team mobility, and they pushed now Young Kings once again. Really nice compound here, Hot Jukes.
Beautiful spot. Honestly, like towards mid-late game, Young Kings have always been able to find themselves in a really, really good position, and it's that last final circle that kind of they really just struggle with. But regardless, I think that we're seeing them have that consistency, right? Always there, not in a fight, but in a great spot. So I think Young Kings definitely did their homework, and that's why we see them in such great spots time and time again. It doesn't happen by just chance, that's for sure.
The thing is, they have great spots, sure. I love it. I'm all for it. But when we look at their elim points, only one right now. So they have to also concentrate on trying to get these elim points, you know, third party and anything they can to offset the challenges that this new scoreboard, new point system pretty much shoves in their face here. So, good spot for now. I do want to see some more limbs, though, Hot Jukes.
Yeah, it's tough because the next zone just shifted off of them. So now they have to kind of make a decision. Are we going to gatekeep the squads coming in and try to get those elimination points then? Or do we try to full send it and try to get it done? It looks like they are going to be going on the side of gatekeeping with no real choice here. And this is zone number 5. Blue zone's going to really, really hurt. This is a tough spot.
It hurts. It hurts. Like Remix right there. Going to be picking apart one Nova member. 6 teams to go. Late game. Stage 6. Kindness trying to toss some smokes to block the sidelines to regroup with their squad mates. And I think Joey recognizing, okay, we got a team right up there on top of the hill. They look like they're probably going to be crashing us very shortly. And looks like the Young Kings looking to group up here. Vehicles themselves, Hot Jukes, they're preparing for a battle. And the battle's coming right to their doorstep. Nova trying to send it down the hill, flipping the vehicle.
And that's just easy money right there for the Young Kings. Yeah. And this is what they had to, so this is, they had to make a decision, right? Do we go for the zone, or do we just kind of sit back, relax, gatekeep, take those points, and then center it up afterwards? But now their entire backs are clear. They got 3 elimination points. They're in a great spot here. Juancho still making noise for his squad.
Not backing down. 5 teams to go.
He's done though. He ain't making it away from that hill.
5th place, 3 points.
Wait. Don't shoot, Juancho. Don't shoot. Don't let him know.
5
Don't let him know.
5 elims on the team though. Oh.
Wow. They know now. That's for sure.
They know.
He is not leaving that hill.
They might be distracted. You see Young Kings also looking to push out Fears. They're a little loop-de-loop.
Juancho doesn't make it 20 feet from that hill. That's 10.
That's
That's 5.
5.
That's 5.5.
5.5.
Done.
So close. 5.5.
Almost at
4th place. 4th place. You can have it. 4 points. There you go, Juancho. Take it.
Well,
you got
Mobility Gaming, right? We haven't seen them in this situation yet so far, the Titan series. This is their chance to shine. Here come the young Global Kings, centering up in between all of the action. This is a very bold spot for them to take. Can they hold on, though? You're going to have to hold on with firepower. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it's almost like a rematch from last game where Young Kings had the compound and they were gatekeeping Team Mobility. Now the roles have reversed here. Hey, Winchester! You'll love to see it. Must have watched the tutorial. But Joey, what do you think about Joey's off angle here? Using the crate for cover.
Joey's one of the best players in this game. He's my favorite player on the planet. The dude's a legend, right? Can come up and wipe out every single player in this lobby if he truly desired to do so. Will he, though? That's the question.
Yeah. That's the question. Does Joey desire to do so?
He's a very humble man, Joey.
Yeah.
Very humble.
I like how Joey's not only looking ahead, but also looking behind, making sure they don't get surprised, right, from the edge of the zone. Going to be
Joey.
buggy. Yep. Looking to regroup, using the terrain to their advantage.
Look at those shots. Ason can't even think about peeking it. It's always tough to hold the inside of buildings. It's because everybody knows where you could possibly peek from. And players these days, they're pre-firing those windows. They're bullying you and making it very, very difficult for you to try to get a knock. So that's why we see players only peek it for maybe a quarter of a second and instantly have to go back.
Ooh, he got Blinky on the roof right there with
Skipper
the M4.
went down.
Skipper went down. Blinky's receiving a ton of shots. Going to be pushing off of their high ground of the rooftop. Looking to maybe toss a grenade. Very interesting position right there. Who do you think takes this? Who are you rooting for? Just based off of the positioning alone.
I think this is going to be a Young Kings game.
Kings.
They have the manpower. They have a great hill here. They should be able to gatekeep that last player from Wall Street Bets pretty easily. And then at that point, even though Mobility Gaming has the numbers, they're going to have a hard time getting outside that house. I think Mobility Gaming has to hit an insane peak here and get an initial knock, or Blinky even possibly getting a jump nade in that direction if they want to stand a chance.
Young Kings, they also have a lot of room to work with, right? A lot of mobility.
I don't know about that smoke.
Potential up here on the hilltop. Meanwhile, Team Mobility are kind of confined, locked behind the walls. Yeah, the walls are providing some cover right now, but there's only so many ways you can make your way out of that. So, looks like Young King's going to be keeping it a 3-1 right now. Love it.
Honestly, if I was Mobility Gaming, I would have made much more offensive smokes, like very, very deep, like even on the hill. So you have to kind of see them push through the hill, actually through the smoke, in order to possibly see them. But, you know, just kind of throwing them in the low mid-range. Oh,
that's a massive. They need to push. This is their chance to push. That was a massive grenade taking out the off angle right there from the Young Kings. But you called it. Their smoke's kind of blocking the intel, the sight lines that they might have had.
If they would have pushed them all the way to the top of that hill, they would have been able to run out immediately, right? And just wrap that side and push together. But now they're just kind of stuck. Blinky's trying to do it here, but this is a couple seconds a little too late. He better make sure he pushes with the rest of his squad here. That's a great molly.
UMP in hand. Molly, like you said, in the pocket, going to be burning him alive, applying that pressure. But the off angle, Fears, little 1v1 over there. It's all falling apart, Hot Jukes.
It really is. Chico is trying to hold it down for his squad. Here comes Fears and Chico on the same side. Beautiful angles both team used, but it looks like the Young Kings did get the better of them. Can Trey make something magical happen? Do you guys have any utility? None? Sorry, Trey. Nice knowing you.
That's close. That was close. That was close.
All right.
All right. That was close.
Great effort. Great effort. But at the end of the day, you know who's the winner. You know who's the winner. It's the Young Kings. Yeah, I mean, just with that position, Mobility Gaming definitely were. I think they could have won it if they made a couple of slight changes. Honestly, for Mobility Gaming, I think this is a great game regardless, because that particular fight is one of the perfect examples for you to look back at, study, and talk to each player and say, okay, what went wrong? How can we improve?
Young Kings right there, as their name implies, looking to go global. And that was a nice play on their behalf. But going back to your point, Team Mobility, the smokes, like you said, great play to really break down after today and really study and try to improve on. And that's one of the beauties of the Premier Division, that this is something NA just hasn't had the opportunity to have, Hot Jukes. They haven't had the opportunity to get into some sweaty lobbies, have it broadcasted, high production, not only that, and all the stats to go with it on the back end. So beautiful game number 3 from both Young Kings and Team Mobility.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when it comes to North America or this game in general, I feel like one of the most underutilized or talked about things is how important communication amongst teammates is. And North America is just so behind the 8 ball compared to other regions where teams have been stuck together and playing at the highest echelon for like 3 years now. So, I mean, we saw as we look at the replays here, like Mobility Gaming, they're going to be able to go back and talk to each other and say like, okay, like, hey, what call outs can we change? How can I understand you better, teammate, So that way we're able to make this push a little bit quicker and a little bit more effective.
Yeah, and when it comes to just communication and who looks well-oiled here tonight, it has to be Nova Esports. They're just on it, tonight. But I got to say, redemption arc for Steve-O this game. Definitely. Juke. Steve-O right there. We just missed it. Steve-O popping off here, redeeming themselves after catching the grenade in game number 1. GG's to Steve-O.
Yeah,
you love to see it.
I'll take it. I'll say that. All those nades, that's a comeback. That is a comeback. He has redeemed himself tonight. And there's still one game left. So Steve-O still has the chance to come out on top here.
Any other players? Like, I know we're talking a lot about teams. Any players, if you had to drill down just a little bit more, that you've been really liking what we're seeing here so far tonight?
So far, I mean, I think we're seeing some great plays, obviously, come out of, some of the names that we usually see. But even just looking at this flight, like Blinky, I think he had a great opportunity right there, but just missed the mark a little bit. So I think just a couple little bit of fine-tuning things. We'll see it. Trey did get that first knock, was unfortunately, though, unable to get the second. So just little minute differences and changes. I think we'll see a big, big improvement for Mobility Gaming.
Mobility Gaming. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got the PB back in the PB special, baby. Bring them back. We're bringing them back, Hot Jukes.
Bring them back.
Bring them back.
Heck yeah. I'm excited, boys. That was a good game there on Miramar. I did not lie. It was not Vikendi. Young Kings coming out blazing. Dude, you guys asked about players. I gotta say, I've seen some hot shots out there today. Some real show-offs. And I'm looking at Fears from the Young Kings.
Yep.
Looking at Kindness a little bit from Nova. Really some solid play all the way around today, and I'm excited to see that continue, obviously. And just a little note to the chat. I know some people are asking where the tracker was and the scoreboards and all that. Yeah, computers are on fire. What can I say? We'll get all of that. The good news is all the data is being kept, and we will see that live on the Titan series after the matches conclude. Yeah, so probably by tomorrow we'll have that up there. So don't worry, everything's getting log captured. We're all good to go. But Dave, gotta say, man, you absolutely killed it today on the casting, and I'm excited that you're here with us on this Titan series, man. It's been a fun journey so far, and I gotta say, on the broadcast, we're gonna have another talented analyst with us next week as well. That's going to be Neptura. She's going to be joining us, and big shout out to her. Love her work. So going to be leveling up around here at the Titan Series. So again, Game 3, clean. We had Young Kings coming out and dominating. I think that's kind of, honestly, for me, been one of the top stories of today, have been the emergence of the Young Kings. This is kind of a newly formed team. Heck, just got their logo and name change just yesterday. So all of this stuff kind of fresh, and they're starting out the new brand hot. So again, props to them. Hot Jukes, tell me, what are we looking at game number 4? We're going to be bringing Erangel back into the mix, and, we're going to be looking at a repeat of game number 1. My gut tells me it's not going to be a very pure finish.
Oh, man, I don't think so either. I think we're going to see that heat, dude. I think right after this, we're going to see all the teams change their names, their logos, and submit it at the last second to Power Bang. That's what he loves the most, baby. North America, that's how we do it. Right on time. That's on brand for us right here. So when it comes to that, we got one more match left. We're obviously going back to the tried and true Erangel, and I think that this is a good just reset for all these squads. They're understanding the whole new point system. They got a little bit of a feel for themselves. I always say this before, there's a Hot Jukes excuse punch card, okay? Right? Game number 1, I'll punch it for you. Because you know what? It's game number 1. New team, new this, new that. All right, fine. But we're 3 games in here, baby. That punch card is all punched out. I want to see you step up here in the last match.
The Hot Jukes punch card. This is a new one. Taking a look at the bottom of that map on the results. I see a few teams there, a couple of times each. You got MEZEXIS with a couple of top 3s. You've got the Young Kings with a couple of top 3s. And the WALLSTREETBETS squad, they've snuck into 3rd place a couple of times now. So we got 3 teams there that have consistently placed at the top of this leaderboard. And I would imagine when we do have some standings, that's going to be an interesting race for first place. And I want to point out here, guys, format aside, if we could bring up the format graphic from early on about how you qualify for the next stage, it's really important that the top 12 is what these teams are shooting for, because they don't want to get, relegated to the Challenger Finals and have to qualify in. The top 12 from the Premier Division over the course of this 3 weeks of qualifying, well, they're going to make it to the Premier Finals. And so that's what teams are shooting for right now, is just get into the top 12. And obviously, the higher they rank, the more bonus points they'll accumulate to go into that Finals in week 4. But down in the Challenger Division as well, the top 12 from the Challenger Division will be sneaking into that Challenger Finals, and they'll have an opportunity to play in the Premier Finals, assuming they make the top 4. So really, there's a lot of mixing and matching that can happen, and that's one of the things that I love about the Titan Series is really it's anyone's game at any time. I mean, these Challenger teams could actually win the Premier Division, like no joke. And I don't know that a lot of them realize that yet, but as the season kind of moves on, it's going to get interesting. And that week 4 is really what I'm looking forward to. So if you guys haven't done so already, subscribe to the Titan Series GG channel. Follow us on social media. Make sure you log into the Discord. Basically keep it locked because the action's about to get spicy.
Dude, I am so hyped. This is the first time I've seen this kind of format ever, right? And this kind of esports here. And it's great because, hey, the teams that didn't do good here obviously should be relegated, right? But at the same time, they'll have one last chance to make it into those grand finals. But hey, those teams, right, that have been emerging on the scene could win the whole thing, right? That's so crazy. And if I see that, I'm going to be so hyped. Could you imagine that Cinderella story? Put the shoe on.
100%. Dave, I'm looking forward to that, man. Because the thing is when we move to season 1, right? Season 0, this is a feeling out process, right? We're testing things out. We're testing some tech. We're getting the teams used to the format. There's a lot of tests. I got production in my ear right now saying, yes, we are. That's a big affirmative. We're getting done right now. So I appreciate you guys bearing with us as we figure this out. Lord knows our heart's in the right place. We'll get it right here as the weeks go on. But that being said, as we look forward to kind of season 1, we're going to have an open sign up, which means if you have a team right now, or if you want to gather a squad and you think you're better than, what you're seeing, sign up, literally. So March 20th, signups will open. And that means that you participate in challenges. And if you finish in the top 12 in that division, well, heck, you could play Challenger Finals, qualify in the top 4, and now you're finals playing with these teams that you see on the screen right now. So you that are saying you're in the potato division, maybe not. Sign up, see how it goes. I probably would be in the potato division. But anyway, Dave, what do you think about the format so far, man?
Yeah, call me Potato Dave, but I do love the emergency parachute kind of mechanic we got going on with the format. One thing I also want to note, though, although top 12 might not seem like that big of a challenge, you might not have that much pressure to qualify, it is still really important to try your best here because, like you mentioned, we're gathering all the data, all the intel, every single stat. And at the end of the season, you're going to be able to look at each individual player, and there's going to be, I believe, teams being created based off of the platform. Like, this is going to be the spot to see who's the best at every single role. So you really want to come into every game and try your best. It's not only top 12. You want to show off and be the best player you can be in PUBG Mobile.
For those players watching right now, there will be some surprise unveiled as the season goes on and as it wraps. So yeah, try your best. You'll thank me later on that one. Anyways, Dave, we're going to send you off for the time being and kick it to game number 4. Thank you for your services, my friend. Mustache Dave out for now. Hot Jukes and I taking it to game 4. Erangel coming up. Let's hit the battlegrounds, baby.
Let's go, baby. Last match here of the first day of the Titan series. And you know what? Just to translate what both PB and Dave said earlier, if you're even thinking of becoming an esports player in the North America scene and you're not coming to the Titan series, what are you doing? Honestly, come on. This is the place.
Fair question.
This is the place to be. Trust us. Trust us. Let's go, baby.
All right. Erangel. Game 4, Jukes. We've got a few teams right now with top 3s multiple, right? We got the Young Kings. We got WALLSTREETBETS sneaking in with a couple of third places as well. Is there anybody that's sticking out to you right now, like that you expect to get that third top 3 right now?
I think we're seeing, MEZEXIS show that they have been consistent, right? So I think they have the ability to pop off because they've been showing that, hey, you know what? We can at least make it to the top all day. They just haven't been able to really get that second, chicken dinner, which they can totally do. They can take back-to-back Erangels here, so that's a team I think I really, really got my eye on.
I got you. I want to see something from the Panthers this game. They've had a kind of rough go of it so far out early, and I know they're capable of more, so I'm really rooting for them this time around. Super Lazy Reflex has been in some good fights today, and I'm excited to see that continue. But yeah, I'm hearing that we are just about ready for Erangel, hoping for a crazy plane path, a water, just toxic zone. Yes. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to see some island play down by Novo, just out in the water. I want to see some crazy zones that are memorable. And here is the plane path. We're looking at a little bit of a northern path. I don't know if it's going to result in the circle I was hoping for, but, one can hope.
Hey, you know what? I got my eye on it. I got my money on it. Anything can happen here, the Titan series. Here we go. Last match here of the day. First day. Get some hype in the chat. Show some love. This is by far, I think, one of the most amazing series I've seen. It's fresh start. I mean, what more can you really ask for here? As we start to see teams drop off here into the distance. And I think we're seeing a couple squads try to go for a vehicle play here. We may see a little bit of a run over situation. I would not doubt it.
Yeah, it looks like Milt is going to be fairly hot. Might go for a little vehicle play, head south. I wouldn't be surprised with this path. If we see the vehicle play and we see some teams head south to the military base or to Novo to loot up down there, because it's likely they're going to have it all to themselves given this path.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to see that first zone where it's going to decide to go here as well. And sometimes, we see that zone head completely away from the plane path and make things real difficult, like we saw there in match number 1. But hey, over here near Milta, Dope Esports, they're going to go ahead and take all this to themselves. So good for them. And MEZEXIS, the squad I was talking about earlier, they're going to go ahead and hit that Milta split loot and get prepared here. I always love Milta, and I think it's such a great place to loot up because rotationally, it's so easy to move across the map, pretty much almost any direction.
100%. Remix off by themselves right now. We've got some teams or some teammates nearby, but that doesn't necessarily equate to quick support, especially early game. And BOPE is directly across the street, so we'll see if they're able to get out of there safely. BOPE has some players hung out to dry as well. This is shaping up to be an interesting early game here near the bridge.
Yeah, that playing path definitely made things interesting here at the start. I wonder what's Remix doing. You know, I see him kind of holding down that angle, just waiting around. Still early game with no loot. It's kind of an interesting thought here. Golski, all the way down. No loot at all. Dauntless, trying to be able to get some savior plays happening, but it looks like, what is this, BOPE? BOPE is coming in hot.
Oh, yeah, they are. It's game 4. It's time to put up or shut up. The season is only so long right now, and people trying to get those elims starting off on the first day. Dope Esports coming in, trying to fight for their lives here, but they're on the aggressive.
Here comes Klaus. Oh, what a shot! That was a great defensive play there. And here goes the M16 switch. I mean, man, BOPE. In the trike. Here they come with their AKs and honey badgers. And man, honey badger don't play. Honey badger don't play.
No, they don't, man. This is an interesting fight going off early right now. Dope Esports trying to pick up their player and get back in the fight. Dauntless on the push. M16, no less. Interesting fight. Burst mode in close combat is not something you see every day, but I'm sure they're not with a ton of options at the moment. Looks like Dope's player does get back in the fight, and now Klaus upstairs by himself as Kowalski trying to play the support card, but they are low on health. I don't know that they have the heals right now to get back really to full health.
I love how Klaus is playing this, though. You know, always really cheeky with the angles, coming down, pre-firing everything, not taking any risks. So almost all reward with the way he's doing those peaks. Gonna go ahead and get that drink off, though. Holding it down. Up close, Robert GG has all the angles in the world. They have to know he's right behind that door.
They got to. You would think. Here comes the molly. Oh, look at the timing on the door being closed.
Woo!
What an incredibly clutch shut of the door. And look at this. Through the door.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Klaus, I'm telling you. He really peeks these so well.
No!
And now Dope is in a big trouble. He's going to go up to the top of the stairs, trying to hold it down with the pre-fires, but it looks like Dauntless is going to get the better of him. Can Bray make a play here, though? Oh, he doesn't. No way.
There's no way.
There's no way.
He's got no heals, man. He's got to try to get this done with like two slivers of health left.
Yeah, that was not it. Man, I'll tell you what, for everybody watching right now, seeing how Klaus moved inside that house, even with an M16, I think it was just so beautifully done. Like, he really made sure that he pre-fired everything perfectly to be able to get that suppressive fire to make those movements. I mean, man, that's something I'm going to kind of take to the lab myself.
Great point. Klaus really getting it done there for Dauntless, and you love to see him survive that fight, too. Even though he took the knock, able to stay alive, get to cover, teammates able to bail him out after some wonderful play. Dauntless back in the fight. A squad wipe early on, and they've got themselves a nice little start here to game number 4.
Ooh-wee. What more could you ask for? I mean, that's a great way to get it going. They didn't lose any players at all, 4 eliminations. And, you know, there's always a little bit of a snowball effect when that happens, you know, because now you're feeling good. You feel a little bit of that pressure off of you. And, you know, Dauntless, they haven't had the craziest, you know, of tournaments so far. But, heck, I mean, what more could you ask for in the start of the last game?
Well, I don't know exactly, but
8 kills? I guess 8 kills.
Doing pretty solid. Yeah, I think I want to see him get 10. We're going to see him get 10 kills this game.
Okay. All right.
That's
I am marking this in my notes and see how powerful PB's crystal ball is today. So far, pretty good.
Put it on the books right now. The crystal ball has been accurate so far, and almost as accurate as Windows updates trying to restart my as we speak. I was like, oh no, bad timing on the Windows updates. Thank you for that. Microsoft always with the clutch performance.
Dude, I mean, those always come right on time. What more could you ask for? Here's Dauntless, you know, just searching around here. This is what I want to see more of, honestly. Especially here with this new point system, PB. I want to see teams be much more active in the early game, just like Team Mobility here. Look at that. Searching, hunting down players, and picking up some third parties and early elimination points.
Look at these shots. flips the rocks here, trying to get super lazy reflex with the DP and 6x from range. That is a tough shot to make. Not able to connect on this one, but definitely letting them know, you better not cross. This thing is locked down.
I wonder, okay, what do you think here? If your team mobility, do you think you push this against super lazy reflex? I mean, you know that they have one down.
It's tough, man. I feel like the default has been pushed today, which you get. And look at that. Coming in with the knock. That is not what First Frost was hoping for. And looks like the rest of the squad's going to have to leave him behind. They will be a man down.
So, I mean, look at that. Team Mobility Gaming, they did send it on them, but with a 2-2 split all the way across the way, they end up picking up another player. I mean, real interesting kind of like strategy coming out from Team Mobility. They're mobile.
They are mobile. It's a good point.
Can they hit this though?
Pew.
Can they hit those? Oh, they got, that's gonna hurt. Time to go behind that tree.
Yeah, mobilities. They gotta get patched up, Jukes. They gotta get to the medic. Uh-oh, here they come. Tensa out. Casper coming on the flank. Execute on the prowl. There's blood in the water, and the blue zone is coming in. Look at this. They're going for the runovers.
They're full sending it on to them right here. And yeah, Team Mobility Gaming just kind of dipped. And now after that, are they going to support their teammate or leave? I don't know. They're leaving. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. What do you think about that, BB? Do you think they should have just left their team, those two, or just possibly set up multiple angles to try and support them? What do you think?
It was a tough call. I think, honestly, the push caught them off guard. They had the knock early on. I felt like those are the types of situations that early on in the game, under the 15-point chicken dinner scoring system, that's where a team might have just left you alone. But I feel like right now, teams are getting that knock, and they're just sending it. They know that they're a man up, and they're taking advantage because oftentimes teams are split pretty wide. You know, they've got somebody on the off angle. They're not supporting it themselves as well as they could be. And I think we saw that happen right there with mobility. Get a bit off guard on the push and execute taking full advantage.
100%. Yeah, that's one of those tough IGL decisions that it's literally a coin flip. You can decide one or the other. Because, I mean, they could have stayed, got eliminated completely, and then get ruined. But, hey, now they have 2 up, and they can still try to make something happen. We'll see if it ends up paying off for them towards the end. The Panthers, a team I'm really wanting to see put some magic together. Still struggling as they have 1 knocked off the start. But they're going to be able to regroup here and possibly get redemption.
WUMAVI here, one of the newer teams as well. I mean, some of these they're not necessarily new teams, but new team name, etc. And I'm excited to see how they kind of perform with this new, fresh look. Because oftentimes, you know, a little new name, little new logo, you get reinvigorated, right? It's a new chance to make a name for yourself. So definitely looking forward to seeing them perform here. We'll take a peek over at Phoenix Esports, taking down one of these. We'll see if they set up. They're just cruising through.
Yeah, I think right now they're looking for some more loot, getting ready for the rest of the game. But I think you're totally right. We see it so many times and times again. You know, every time we see a team, you know, go under a new flag, a new logo, we could definitely see that, ignite that fire in them. At the end of the day, it just really matters just how much you want to put to this game, right? How much passion you have to win, to work with your teammates. And, you know, sometimes a little roster swap here and there will make the players more motivated to play better, you know? But if they would have done that from the first place, you know, they could have made it happen. But hey, you know what? Each their own.
Absolutely. We take a peek here at WALLSTREETBETS. We got Fan Skipper, got Ji-Woon and QWERTY. They've been so far today. A couple of top 3 so far for WALLSTREETBETS. I'm sure they're looking for their first chicken dinner of the Titan Series Season 0. And we look over to the infamous dip here, K19 setting up shop.
What do you think about the Steve-O storyline, PB? Has he fully redeemed himself yet?
Man, I think so. Again, chat was giving him a bit of a hard time. They're razzing him, and he was, you know, dude, just fully nomming on the grenade. And yeah, maybe a little bit, you know, maybe having a little snack. But I don't know. I just think it was a solid play by MEZEXIS and Remix there to land those on Steve-O. And Steve-O played there. in that next couple of games. I would say Miramar herself. So for me, Evo, clean slate tonight.
Okay.
And ultimately, just to be present in a final circle, something right.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll see where he ends on the scales of time in this last match. Things are starting to finally heat up here. The Panthers, this is those two going to send it on to K19 as the young Global Kings have the best spot on the map. You heard me say it.
Sheesh. DBS time, baby. Chronics and the Panthers have set up shop and are blowing people away with the DB thing. Is absolutely not fair.
Wow, what a play there from the Panthers. Okay, so his team. Oh, here come the young Global Kings, Chico.
What a play indeed, but he's going to be repaid with a little company. Though is a bit odd. There may be an opportunity for a surprise here, and they think he's in the house. Gonna stay quiet. They're gonna clear, but there's one.
And he got the thirst. Oh, he missed the shot. But he actually took one of them down. So an extra point for the Panthers. Hey, what could he ask for?
He'll take it, right?
Yep.
Another point there. I would have loved to have seen him get the wipe and then just chill for a second, maybe reload, regroup, take a breath, take a beat, and then go 1v1, right, with the DBS. I don't know, but the most crazy, like 1v3s, 1v4s, especially close range. Oh, yes. It's possible, man.
It can happen.
Never know with that, but here comes Execute.
He would have hit that first shot. That guy would have been knocked instantly. Who knows what would have happened. Yep. But, oh, look at this angle from Chico. Oh, my goodness. But the DBS proving to be just a little bit too strong. Execute starting to bully their way through. Can Fears hold it down? No. He can't.
Impressive. Nice job from Execute there. They have 10 to get knocked, but it doesn't matter. Fate, Casper, Jason able to finish the deed, and they get it done there over the Young Kings. That was really impressive from Execute as they pick up their 5th elimination in this one. So nice work all together from Execute. Nice work to the Young Kings. Ultimately, some great shots all the way around there at that compound. But I think that's the end of the third parties, and we'll take a peek at mobility.
I told you, PB, this is going to be the season of third parties. 100%. You know, just got to get those elimination points, man. I mean, we saw it one after the other in the same spot. And yeah, we did see Execute end up on top. But, you know, we saw some great efforts from these teams. And I think if this is how it's going to be in this season, I wonder how that's going to start altering the brain chemistry of these IGLs. Just wondering, like, hey, do we really take this fight right now? Even though they're one down? Like, yeah, we'll get these 3 points, but we're going to probably get third-partied right after. That's going to cause some insecurity when it comes to these pushes. I think so.
I couldn't agree more. The brain chemistry, I didn't realize we were getting into, like, anatomy and physics and chemistry. We are here on the Titan series. We are actual experts at, you know, all the physiologics of a human being. And we'll do a breakdown from Hot Jukes on that here after the game. But that being said, I liked that zone from that shot a second ago. There is a spot there at that compound just outside, kind of with that road. I'm hoping it finishes there. See a little open field play because it's always like a really cool smoke wall type of setup. You got a little bit of high terrain. You got some peak. We'll see what happens with the zone as things kind of shape up. But now, Super Lazy Reflex and Wall Street Bets going at it. The here up in it, and Supic is the only one down right now. So they still got 3 players up for the Chosen. I know they're looking to make their mark and get up on that top spot on the podium here for game number 4.
How does that make you feel, PP? How does that make you feel?
I feel like a broken man.
You know what? I'm going to prescribe you 10 silenced M24 shots. That should make you feel better.
Dude, I'm giggling just thinking about them.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There we go.
You're just what the doctor ordered, Jukes.
Hopefully we can see one here in this match. I want to see some snipes, some headshots coming up. We are getting plenty of DPS action, though. Look at this, though. Stranger. Oh, what a spray.
Somehow those bullets able to penetrate the daunted chain link fence.
Ooh, Remix. We know what Remix can do with those nades. We know what Remix can do with those grenades, PB. Punishing him.
I would imagine if we go over to grenade eliminations on the website maybe tomorrow, my guess is Remix is going to be leading the charge. That's my guess.
I would not doubt that even in the slightest. The man has been a stud when it comes to throwing down those threes, them big nades.
Uh-oh. Incoming from Beowulf. Nice shots, just a little long there. MEZEXIS bad right now. Look around the players. Many again unable to patch it up, where if you take a peek over at the Golden Eagles, their spot here, more heals at their disposal, and it looks like we've got Chosen with third party from the ridge coming in. Gotcha, peeking down and raining in the lead.
I was just about to say, I think both these teams are in a bad way. They really need to kind of press this fight, because the longer that they keep going, the more chance they open the door to getting third-partied. And man, just like that, we saw the Chosen on the top of the hills, dude, just hungering for blood, trying to steal some of these precious elimination points.
Loving the third-party action, though. It keeps you on your toes. I can imagine, as a caster, it's keeping me on my toes, and as a player, I can only imagine just having a whole squad zooming in, coordinated, aggressive. See Tensa in a kill feed there, taking out Nemesis. So Execute doing their thing.
At a certain point, these teams, MEZEXIS needs to just disengage. Or, yeah, because look, now BOPE, what did I tell you? The clock started, and now BOPE's up on top. They do end up catching Trip. I'm surprised, honestly, Rise really went for that, because that just made it more difficult.
Let's pull up the map view really quickly so we can see this this map where it is. I want to see where these teams need to rotate, because if they just chill in the compound here, that smells to me like free points almost. You know what I mean? If they just chill there, if they don't actually get anything done, I want to see how long BOPE can stick around. As we see here is the map. These teams have to move here shortly.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a situation where they can hang out in that compound and be safe. So this is going to get interesting. Will they rotate early, or are they going to stick around and try to sniff these points out? Dauntless is doing the same thing.
I think that was a bad knock from the Golden Eagles, but here they come, pressing onto Remix. They do catch them. Inactive goes down. That's from Dauntless on top of the hill. Dauntless actually took both of them out.
Yep, Dauntless is getting that third-party action in as well. And they're going to get on the board, it looks like. We got one down from the Golden Eagles, but one has been patched back up. DBS is in full effect there. They're going to take down Trick.
Shotguns just so huge in the CQC. Dauntless, here we go. Trying to get the 2v1 here downtown. They do end up trading players. And then, you know what? Here comes Dauntless. Mobility Gaming Trey in big trouble.
They are. Explosions everywhere right now. Grenades have been jacked up in these competitive modes, so you just see teams with all kinds of throwables here. Dauntless getting the final kill on Mobility, and Klaus having a big game so far.
Man, he's been playing really, really well here. I mean, I love his play style. That was slightly overcooked. Slightly overcooked.
Goodness. Was it Quancho? Who was it earlier that just blew themselves up? It wasn't Phoenix, was it? I don't remember. But maybe Mobility. It was Mobility. That's who it was. I was like trying to remember the replay. We've seen some overcooked grenades here in this first week, but that's all right. We'll get there. That one on target.
How about that one?
Oh, this one's dangerous. This one's dangerous.
Ooh.
Just misses.
At a certain point, they need to really commit and just get this finish on this squad. I'm surprised they're backing off of this one here, PB.
They got them all locked. I mean, they're stuck, man.
Yeah, they are. But the more, like I said, the longer you keep these fights open, you're opening the door for other squads to push up on you.
You really are. We got Fishy kind of peeping it from the background there. He just got taken out, though, by Dauntless. And he's gone.
I think Phoenix is doing too much. I think they're overthinking this right now. They're trying.
I think they're playing tentative, man. Phoenix was one of the first teams out in the first two games.
See if Quancho could finally send it in. Just send all your players in. Just send them all and clear them out.
It's the calculated strats. You know what I mean? You just drive up, think about it. Nah, never mind. We're gonna back off.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the smell of this.
I don't like the way this feels. It makes me feel a certain type of way. I'm out.
Nope. I'm out. I want to win.
Surprisingly tentative play, though. I think the first couple of the games, Jukes, may have spooked Phoenix a little bit. They're playing pretty conservatively here. They finished on the bottom of the leaderboard, I think, in games 1 and games 2. And I think they're trying to hang for a little bit. But ultimately, you know, with the point scoring the way it is, I mean, think about it. It's a 7th and 8th place finish here in this lobby is worth 1 elimination. You know,
that's nothing.
You know, a 6th place is worth 2 points. 5th place is worth 3. So, I mean, you're really not getting much here for the placement. I'd take those elims all day long.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at Dauntless, though. 12 elims.
Wow. They have been playing this so well. Klaus especially, I think, has been really standing out with 5 eliminations by himself. Don't forget some of the rest of the squad, though. Here comes, look at these sprays all the way from downtown, picking up some more numbers, and they got the zone here, PB.
They did. Blessed by the zone. You love to see it. Klaus, though, excelling all the way from the early stage. Now we shift over to Phoenix, who's pushing Wall Street Bets. They did hear us. They've gotten aggressive. And look at how much that's paid off.
Here they go. But, I mean, we do have one player kind of sitting up in the back a little bit, but it doesn't matter. You know, they're going to go ahead and get that finish and take out Wall Street Bets. BOPE is still... Now, look what happened, PB. Look where the zone is, and look what is in circle.
Oof. Look at that. They got blessed, didn't they? They were stuck. If Phoenix would have pushed them, they would have been done, and they would have had this position.
Yep. That's what happens. And I'm telling you, if that... Oh.
Wow, nice shot.
Goodbye!
That's that sniper headshot you were looking for.
Goodbye! What you looking at? What you looking at, Hazada?
The hole of that man's car 98 right there. That was a nice shot through the window. Man, Dauntless came to play in this game. I should have picked him for game 4 rather than game 1.
Ooh! Fate said, hey, how about your dome, brother? You're going to have to be careful with that. Zone is closing, but they're in circle.
It's like, I see your snipe with the car 98, and I raise you a snipe with my scar.
From downtown, too.
Popped him awful quick there, but Dauntless got that high ground, good position. Look at this, the circle goes to the shack.
Look what happens to Phoenix. Look what happens. And now the blue zone is coming in hot, and BOPE is chilling in this shack.
I don't know if that shack is in zone. It's dang close. They'll be the last team that has to move if it is not in zone.
Oh,
it's right there.
They got... gosh, Klaus.
Wow. Look at that nade. That was insane. Dauntless is looking strong right now. 13 elims, and they are rolling. All 4 players up, and only 8 remain right now. 3 teams still in it, and just like that, down to 2. It's a 4v3 situation. BOPE in the shack. Dauntless with the height, with the high ground, with the angles, and you gotta think it's their game to lose.
New record alert. New record alert. Here comes not Dauntless. Coming for it. By the way, was this that shack that Phoenix could have had earlier?
I don't think you're going to let that one go.
I just want to double check.
I can confirm this was the very same shack.
All right. Well, Sarah G catches no hacks. And will the push finally start coming? I mean, really, all Dauntless has to do is just push a smoke wall and just use a lot of utility.
I mean, just throw some grenades in there, you know? Phoenix tried it. But you got to hit a window, you know?
True. BOPE is just refusing to go down, especially with Hot Side on the backside here.
You know what they're refusing to do, Hot Jukes, and that's heal.
What? That's true. I don't even know if they have any more at that point.
They don't have any heals. That's a problem. Dauntless is...
Klaus goes down, off angle.
Bruh, Klaus. The blue zone hurts in circle 7.
Oh, nice shot.
Ooh, nice shot.
This is the
I'm shocked at the way this is turned. Maybe they used all their utility and they just, you know, they feel like they can't move in this open field.
Because
BOPE, they got no heals, they got nothing here, but they're still in it, you know? They can make a couple key shots.
But the shack of truth tells me a different story. BOPE will not go down. This shack is holding everything that they know and love. That smoke. Oh, I thought Hadzada was going to be able to get a cheeky angle, but couldn't do it.
Finally able to move up this car just a little bit. Nice. Trip goes down, and we are into a 2v3. It looks like they've clipped Kowalski and Klaus. And we've got one player still up.
Why don't they send
This is crazy. This could go either way. It's like not looking good for either team, to be honest with you.
I was about to say, I don't know why they don't send it. Oh, it's over. There it is.
There it is.
Wow, what a finish.
Zone just touches him, and just like that, Dauntless with the position, pick up the victory. Winner, winner, chicken dinner to Dauntless. They did pick up a victory today. I'm pretty proud about that. I said that they will need to prove themselves and prove that they belong, and they have done just that. Incredible game for game number 4, Jukes. They had, what was it? That ended up being, what, 18 elims in game number 4? So I believe that is a new record for the Titan series as Dauntless picks up the victory on Erangel, match number 4. Feedback, thoughts, what did you think about that game? And don't say Phoenix should have pushed the Shack.
Besides that,
I might be a little silent here. So Jukes is just gonna leave me hanging. No, I'm joking. I see the nods over there. So you got nothing.
Okay.
Phoenix should have pushed the Shack. We're good on that point. I think we're
done.
good.
That's done and dusted. We all know that. Everybody and their mother knows that, right? They knew that when they saw it happen. Okay, right now. Besides that, Dauntless. This is what I was talking about earlier. The snowball effect, right? When you get those 4 eliminations early on, especially when they're not easy ones, they're tough, you're making good plays, right? It invigorates you. Those thumbs react just a little bit faster than those teams that are just kind of playing it more passive. And we saw it right here. Klaus did a masterclass of how to be able to protect yourself and pre-fire these ways in and out. I think it should be studied all across the world.
100%. This should be taught in universities, all kinds of things. I mean, Klaus just with the movement, with the burst fire. I mean, just impressive stuff. And again, he goes down, but his teammate able to bail him out here. Shotguns and M16s are the weapon of choice for Dauntless early out. In this one, you see SLR get picked at the bridge, and then unfortunate for them as they got caught in rotation here. First Frost goes down. And then, again, theme of the day, DBS on Erangel. A lot of pushes ending. This was my favorite sequence of the map so far. We had the Panthers. Chronix just absolutely owning. Look at this, though. Gets the knock, gets the finish, but he pushes out right here. I wish he would have taken it a little easy because I think Chico would have pushed him. And that could have been interesting. But Execute immediately clamps down in this compound. And Tensa gets knocked, but the rest of them finish the job. Young Kings wiped at this point.
Oh, man, dude, I love that Chronix push because his teammate was knocked and saw that the guy in the shack pulled the pin, so he ran right down and just took that easy DBS elimination here. Golden Eagles, this was a very interesting play. I think they need to look back at that. I don't like the fact that they shot, I believe it was BOPE up on top of the hill. They shouldn't have done it because, I mean, they were taking on MEZEXIS from the other side and just eliminating him. They should have just let them do their job for them. But instead, stopped that momentum, and then they got stuck.
100%. Lovely push up the hill here from Phoenix. Snapping back a little bit after we, had a criticism of this particular shack. They finally pushed it a little bit late. Diamond's not going to lie, but BOPE on the ropes. And they were able to last to second place, man. So I think they'll take that. Given where they were at and how dire it looked for a while, ultimately Blue Zone comes in and just a little tap-a-roo is gonna win. And you know what? With the Blue Zone taking them out, I don't think Dauntless is actually gonna get credit for at least one of those elims. So it might be down to 16 or 17. And again, for those that are wondering about the overall statistics, scoreboards, etc., we'll have all of that on the website. The data is being captured. We just got some computers on fire here at the old HQ. But Erangel, looking good. Dauntless, BOPE, and Nyx finishing up in the top 3 for our final game. If we had to summarize tonight's action, Jukes, and we're looking forward to next week, what are you most excited to see?
Man, I'm excited to see the teams that did their homework, right? That just go put in those hours, are able to really review. Because I think that there's so many plays from almost every single team that they could just look at and be like, okay, we need to fix this ASAP. And honestly, that's what I think the Titan series is all about, right? It's just getting better, putting your own name out there to possibly, make yourself a star here in the NA scene. And I'm so excited to see just how well today went.
100%. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into everything. Thank you to the teams for participating. We've seen an amazing amount of interest so far. Really excited about that, and obviously we're still working on things from our end. We're not even halfway up the mountaintop right now, so bear with us. Thank you to the fans for coming by. We want to be inviting you guys to follow the Titan series on all social media. We think that you'll find a lot of cool information there, as well as make sure you hit us up on the website, titanseries.gg. The links for that will be in the description. Share it with your friends, and if you're interested in playing, keep an eye out for the signups that will be coming probably about March 20th, and you can get your team entered and for the Challenger Division. And again, all of these teams eligible to play for that $2,000 in prizes that'll be going down at the Premier Finals March 16th. So back every single Thursday. I'm excited to see you guys once again next week. And again, tag us on social media, clip anything that you liked, and Jukes, any final words before we get out of here for tonight?
Oh man, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. I'm so excited to see how this thing's gonna grow. I mean, just seeing from day number 1 exactly what happened. I mean, I'm so excited to see how week 2, and not to mention season 1 is gonna go.
Heck yeah, man. Well, hey, big thank you to Dave, the production team, everybody behind the scenes helping out. Thank you guys for watching. That is going to do it for the Titan series week 1, Premier Division Season 0. We'll have all of the stats and everything on social media a little bit later after we get everything sorted. Again, thank you to the players for participating. This is Power Bang and Hot Jukes out of here for now. Until next time, guys, we'll see ya.